The AUHSD Board of Trustees meeting will now reconvene at 6:01 p.m. Thank you everyone for joining us for our May meeting. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance and moment of silence by our student representative to the Board of Trustees, Leah Garcia.
Please rise. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I just want to start off this meeting with a little bit of reflection. I know that we're going through a lot right now, and prices are always going up for everything, and we live in a world of extremes where people are doing amazing things, and we're going to the moon, and we're doing things that you would have never thought possible like 10 years ago, like 100 years ago. So I want you guys to reflect a little bit and have hope and be brave and make good choices and always know that you can do it. So let's take a moment to reflect on the positivity and the chance for a good beginning and always having hope. Thank you.
Thank you, Leah. We will now have our closed session report by our clerk of the board, Ms. Anne-Marie Randall-Trejo.
Oh, yeah, that's me. Thank you, Madam President. Item 4.1, no reportable action regarding existing litigation. 4.2, no reportable action taking regarding public employee performance evaluation superintendent. 4.3, no reportable action taking regarding personnel. 4.4, no reportable action taken regarding negotiations. 4.5, no reportable action taken regarding personnel. 4.6, the Board of Trustees unanimously voted to make the following appointment effective July 1st, 2026. Nancy Cortez, Coordinator of Inclusive Practices and Student Access. And we will hear from her at our next board meeting. So congratulations to her.
Yay. Thank you. We will now be moving on to our recognitions. We have a number of recognitions tonight, a very exciting time as we close out the school year. So just as a note, after you receive your recognition, you are free to leave the board meeting. We won't take offense if you head out early. But I'm going to start with our student representative to the Board of Trustees, Ms. Leah Garcia. So do you want to do your statement from here? You can go up there, up to you. From the
First
diet.
of all, let's give her a round of applause.
I was gonna do it by her. Yes. Oh yeah. I was gonna open on behalf of the Board of Trustees. We would like to thank Leah Garcia for her service as a student representative to the board during the 2025 through 2026 school year. It's been an honor to work alongside you and all the passion that you have for student voice and purpose, and we really appreciate everything you've done.
Thank you. Well, good evening once again, board members, Superintendent Freed, Cabinet, and AUHC community. My name is Leah Garcia, as has been previously stated, and it has been a profound honor to serve as a student representative to the Board of Trustees. Through monthly LCAP meetings, through monthly board meetings, through going to so many school sites and meeting so many people, it has truly been a profound honor for me to genuinely make connections. And I want to thank AUHSD and everyone who has helped me be here so that I can now go on to UC Berkeley to study biology, hopefully become a physician assistant, and continue to advocate for those in need by going through policy work and also through healthcare. Thank you.
And then we'll go to the center for a photo. All right. The Board of Trustees is now going to honor our full 2025 through 2026 AUHSD student ambassadors. The Board of Trustees honors the district student ambassadors for their service and important contribution to the district during the 2025 through 2026 school year. The ambassadors serve as official spokespersons for all district students at special ceremonies, events, and functions. The student leaders are also deeply embedded in the district's governance structure and actively provide the student voice wherever possible. So I'm going to have them each come into the podium and state their post-graduation plans as we celebrate them.
I would like to thank the board and AUHSD for all of the amazing educational opportunities provided for myself and for all students. I have had the amazing opportunity to serve on my school's redesign process, and I cannot wait to see the upcoming 4x4 schedule that we have implemented. My name is Paulina Alcala, and I serve as the Anaheim High School Student Ambassador, and I am proud to be attending the University of California, Irvine, and I will be studying biological sciences to hopefully specialize in neurobiology to become a neurosurgeon. Thank you.
A big goal of mine as a leader was to not only be a good role model for students, but also a friend. A highlight from my year was during my last RSVP meeting where all my members gave me affirmation. They told me I was a great leader, their first friend, and created a second home for them. My name is Hanya Qureshi, and I'm the Cambridge Virtual Academy Student Ambassador, and I'm very happy to have served as their ambassador and appreciate all the opportunities they provided with me. With all the skills that I have learned, I am proud to announce that I will be pursuing biomedical engineering at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Thank you.
Alrighty. Do I go? Yeah, okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Jose Escobedo. I proudly serve as a student ambassador at Catella High School. I am pleased to share that I will be going from a Knight to a Lancer at California Baptist University, where I will be pursuing my studies in mechanical engineering with the ultimate goal of expanding my family's HVAC business from HVAC contractor to HVAC design firm. None of this would have been made possible without the incredible experiences that I've had with my fellow board members and to all of the board members that have been able to guide us and to mentor us. I also wanted to thank the staff and students. I'm enormously grateful for all of you and for the encouragement and support. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kaiten Lee, and I serve as a student ambassador for Kennedy High School. I'm extremely grateful for the amount of support that Kennedy students, staff, and administration have given me throughout my years in high school. I plan on utilizing the skills that I've learned from the ambassador program beyond just high school. I'm proud to say that I'm committed to Pomona College, where I'll be majoring in politics, philosophy, and economics. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Pearl Ta, and I'm currently serving as Lower High School's ambassador. And during my time in high school with AUHSD and Lower High School, I've just learned to utilize the opportunities that were given to me, like field trips, mentorship, and also the community to just get myself involved in events. And with that love that I received from my community, I've decided to be attending Chapman University on a full ride where I'll be... Thank you. And I'll be attending as a business admin entrepreneurship major where I will someday become a project manager.
Hi, I'm Brooklyn Sharp. I'm Magnolia High School Student Ambassador, and I am so grateful to have been involved with the AUHSD for the past 6 years and to represent Magnolia for my senior year. Ambassadorship has helped me grow incredulously in my leadership skills, and my experiences here have greatly influenced my decision to major in education at Fullerton College and later transfer to UCI. Thank you. I hope to expand the knowledge and curiosity of our future generation and to hopefully inspire my future students. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Over the past year, I have the opportunity to expand seating at our quad by adding new lunch tables to our campus to help accommodate for our growing enrollment at Oxford. I've also continued to develop our RCP scholarship, awarding $750 to our seniors to help them with their college journey. I will be continuing my education at UC Riverside, where I will be studying both psychology and public policy in hopes of becoming a dermatologist. My name is Allison Chung, and I've been so honored to serve as Oxford Academy Student Ambassador this year.
Hello, my name is Anthony Higa, and I would like to say thank you to AUHSD and the board for the opportunity given to me to be a student leader at Savannah. The level of self-reflection given to me from this role will help me take my talents to UCI to be a computer scientist and an overall better human being.
Hello, I am Ann Irish Luzadas. As a student and ambassador of Orangeview Western 7th through 12th School, I've been integrating student voices upon our new redesign process. And it's really been an honor to create a foundation for our Orangeview and our junior high and high school campuses. And I want to thank AUHSD for giving me a place to really thrive, not just intellectually, but emotionally. And I'm proud to say that I'll be continuing my advocacy through nursing at UCLA. And yeah, thank you so much.
All right, our next recognition, we are proud to recognize the Savannah High School girls basketball team for their outstanding achievement of CIF champions. Round of applause. The team captured the Coast League Championship and continued an impressive postseason run to become CIF Division VI champions and play in the regional state tournament. This CIF divisional title represents a significant milestone, as it was the first ever in the program's existence and the first team CIF championship that Savannah has won since 1993. Guys, round of applause. The team secured its first divisional championship with a divisive 46-25 victory over Warren High School at Azusa Pacific University. Throughout the 5-game playoff tournament, Savannah High School outscored its opponents by an average of 11.8 points per game. Camila Karuma was named honored as most valuable player for the Coast League for her exceptional performance during the season, as well as CIF Player of the Year for Division 6 for her outstanding play during the CIF run. Delilah Cruz was also honored as Defensive Player of the Year for the Coast League. Savannah also had Jazaira Madrid, Marley Valentin, and Kilawani Cupolito achieve first team all-league honors. The board proudly congratulates the players and coaching staff of the 2025 to 2026 Savannah High School girls basketball program, and we invite you all to come in the middle for a photo together and certificates. Thank you. It's a big night for girls sports. Our next recognition, yes. We welcome the Kennedy High School Girls Basketball Championship CIF. Welcome, you guys are welcome to us. I should have read this first. Okay. A little bit. Should have read this first. We proudly recognize the Kennedy High School girls basketball team for their outstanding achievement. The team captured the Golden West League Championship and continued an impressive postseason run to become CIF Division 7 champions. This CIF divisional title represents a significant milestone, as it was the first such championship in school history for girls basketball. Another round of applause. The team secured its first divisional championship with a decisive 55-28 victory over Laguna Hills at Azusa Pacific University. Throughout the 5-game playoff tournament, Kennedy High School outscored its opponents by an average of 21.6 points per game. Tainaya Paul was honored as Player of the Year for her exceptional performance during the season. The board proudly congratulates the players and coaching staff of the 2026 Kennedy High School Girls Basketball Program. Congratulations. you are you doing it all together or one by one?
Just we'll do it as one group. It'll
One
make
group
it
at
much
okay.
easier.
Okay, let me read through this and then okay. All right, our next recognition is our regional and state honor musicians. Tonight, we're incredibly proud to recognize our regional and all state honor musicians. These students have demonstrated extraordinary dedication to their craft, and their achievements reflect the highest standards of excellence within our district. To earn these honors, each student had to independently obtain audition materials, undergo rigorous preparation, and successfully audition for their respective groups. Because selection is highly competitive and only a small number of students are accepted, these musicians represent the top tier of performers in the region and state. Their success is a testament to the strength of our music programs, which have led the Anaheim Union High School District to be named one of America's best communities for music education by the NAM Foundation for 8 years in a row. We would like to recognize the prestige of the following ensembles and the outstanding achievement that membership in these groups represent for our students. And there's a few, so I'm gonna go one. The first one is the Pasadena City College Tournament of Roses Honor Band. Selection for this ensemble is a distinct honor as it allows our musicians to represent the district on a global stage during the world-renowned Rose Parade. Next is the SBOA All Southern California Honor Musicians, being chosen by the Southern California School Band and Orchestra Association, identifies these students as being among the premier instrumentalists in the southern 11 counties of the state. Next, the CBDA/CCDA California All-State Honor Musicians. This recognition is one of the highest individual honors a student performer can receive, identifying them as elite musicians within the entire state of California as selected by the California Band Directors Association and the California Choral Directors Association. Then we have our SCVA All Southern California Honor Musicians. These vocalists are recognized by the Southern California Vocal Association for their exceptional technique and dedication to choral excellence. Next, we have the Pacific Symphony Youth Ensembles. Membership in these groups provides students the opportunity to form at professional level, partnering with one of the premier orchestra organizations in the nation. Students auditioning for this group had to submit a single audition video with all scales, experts, and solo piece performed in a single take with no cuts in the video. It is a real challenge, and they have represented us well. We are deeply grateful to the music educators who have guided these students and the parents who have supported them every step of the way. We are proud of their hard work and preparation have led them to such outstanding musicianal ambassadors for our district. Please join me in a round of applause for our 25-26 regional and state honor musicians. That's a lot. Yay. Are they? No, it's good. That's good.
It's a lot of kids.
Okay. Yay. Next, we are honoring our CIF Esports Blue Division champions from Catella High School. We are incredibly proud to recognize Catella High School's esports team for their historic history in the CIF state finals. This journey began 3 years ago when Moses challenged his AP World History teacher, Mr. Kazaruni, to a match and won. This eventually led to a dedicated trio that spent years leveling up through local competitions and rigorous practice. Much like traditional athletics, Super Smash Bros. Competition requires immense strategy, lightning-fast reflexes, and teamwork to navigate a roster of 89 unique characters. This championship is a testament to their persistence and the unwavering support of Principal Chuck Hernandez, Angel Acosta, Melissa Graham, Scott Rendell, Roshan Omi, and Victor Palacios. Please join me in a round of applause for our state championships from Catella High School. Our next recognition is National Dance Alliance National Championship Cypress High School Varsity Song Team. We proudly recognize the Cypress High School Varsity Song Team for its outstanding achievements this season. Head coach Sierra Lizdima, marking her 9th season with the program and 3rd year as head coach, proudly coached this group of student athletes through their award-winning season. 11 athletes entered the year setting high expectations, hoping to defend their 2024 through 2025 championship year. The discipline, commitment, and team dedication led to a banner year, including 3 championships for the varsity competition team, championship honors in Orlando, Florida in February, competing for the first time in large varsity intermediate dance, national championship title in both large varsity jazz and palm at the USA National Championships, Anaheim, California. Please join me in congratulating the national championships. I love the medals and the jackets. Our final recognition is to our AVID Senior Standouts. The AVID Senior Standout Scholarships are awarded to students who epitomize what it means to be an avid student. They are determined, dedicated leaders and role models who have positively impacted their school and community. The Orange County Office of Education recognizes these top avid seniors who are nominated by their site's avid coordinator and site team. Each student was awarded a scholarship ranging from $250 to $35,000. That deserves a round of applause. Yes. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, we're excited to congratulate our 2026 Avid Senior Standouts, and also as a former Avid student and also a former Avid Senior Standout, it's an honor to recognize them tonight. We have Luis Mongel from Anaheim High School. Here, come to the front. Jennifer Jimenez from Catella High School. Ahmad Uday from Laura High School. Jan Mike Orks from Savannah High School. I'm sorry about that. And Sahira Flores from Orangeview Western 7 through 12 School. I know. Everyone's gone now. All right, I'm going to take a moment to recognize some people in the room. We have Lacey Munger from APJ co-president. Thank you for being here. Jennifer Sasai, Alta president. Thank you for being here. And Mark Torchino, administrator for NOCROP. Thank you for being here. I think that's everyone. And I believe Jeff Morgenstern from ASTA is here as well. Yes, welcome. Next, we'll be moving on to our student representative report. Ms. Leah Garcia.
Okay.
Her last
Her
one.
last
Yes,
one, I
last
know.
board report, last board report. Okay, last one, best one. Ready?
Yes.
From Anaheim High School, we had the Band Spectacular, and you can see photos right there from November 12th, where students were able to celebrate and have fun. We have Anaheim's Got Talent, the College and Career Fair, and dance production at Catella High School. Sorry, I'm a little sick. Sorry. And then congratulations, highlighting Anaheim's very own girls flag football team who winning Division 5 championship. We also have from Cambridge Virtual Academy. Cambridge Virtual Academy had their RSVP Summit number 3. Okay. I think it's.
We'll wait for the.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, sorry. Moving on. From Cambridge Virtual Academy, students went to the Broad Museum field trip, where CVA students visited the Broad, explored exhibits, and reflected on the artwork through writing. The trip also included lunch at Grand Central Market. They also had a senior luau lunch, where ASB hosted a luau lunch themed for seniors, where the class of 2026 enjoyed food and time together. The event created a fun memory and memorable experiences for the graduating class. Here are some more pictures, especially from SEMA-Palooza. Moving on to Cypress High School. Cypress High School's highlight is, in celebration of Earth Day, NASA scientist Dr. Jancy McPhee visited Cypress High School present on Earth Day and human space exploration in the Centurion Theater. Right now we can see photos of their prom, which is themed A Night in Disguise. Very exciting for many students. They also had their annual physics boat races where they're able to compete against each other and make a splash. Moving on to Gilbert. At Gilbert, students had an exciting season filled with many events such as exploring colleges, universities, future career paths, and their esports team had an amazing season, finishing in top 50 out of 150 schools, reaching in 48th place. Moving on to Kennedy High School. Kennedy's highlight is, on Thursday, April 2nd, our speakers at TEDx Kennedy High Youth blew the audience away, addressing complex global issues and personal stories of resilience. These young voices spoke with incredible courage and clarity. It was a day of profound connection and big picture thinking that left us all motivated to change the world. Here you can see more photos of students in their capstone senior showcase, which is also this month. Next, from Catella High School, students in November had a fantastic month having community service. NHS, ASB, and the Community Schools chapter spearheaded a service project that helped families in need. You can also see pictures of the Goodbye Spirit Week, Happy School Nutrition Employee Week, and Parent Engagement with Girls, Inc. Next, at Loera High School, congratulations to the boys and girls teams in drones for winning first and second place plaques once again, twice in a row, in the Vital Links drone competition. Flying drones takes skill, and this team is a passionate group, being led in our exclusive drones pathway. You can see more pictures here of their garage sale and their morning coffee for staff faculty. Next, at Magnolia High School, the theater and Magnolia department performed their first show of the year. Special thanks to Taylor Thorne and Ian Talbot. You can also see the turkey tournament for tennis game. Okay, and yes, their show. Moving on to Oxford Academy. At Oxford Academy, PTSA and ASB organized Staff Appreciation Week to recognize and celebrate teachers, staff, and faculty. Activities included room service, where ASB members delivered carts of food to classrooms, as well as a raffle that awarded prizes to staff throughout the week. You can see more pictures of their faculty and their prom, which is themed A Midsummer's Night Dream. At Savannah High School, Savannah's high school team, they had the Advid Senior Recognition Night, with senior Dan Michael Arce was awarded with the Recognition Award for his time a part of the AVID program in the past 4 years. They also had Color Guard Championships and FBLA's SSLC. Lastly, at Orangeview Western had their last summit and also had many events for athletics. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Leah. Round of applause. Thank you so much for all your reports.
Thank you. And sorry, I have AP testing, so I'll be leaving a little bit shortly.
Best of luck to you.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck.
Yay. All right. Next, we'll have student speakers. I didn't receive any forms, so just double checking those student speakers in the room. Okay. Next is our reports of association. I believe I saw Jeff Morgenstern. Asta, yes. Welcome. Thank you.
Different setup this time, right? Okay. All right. Well, good evening. Board President Guerrero, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Freed, Cabinet, colleagues, community. I want to start off tonight by sharing something that I had the pleasure of doing today and also continuing tomorrow, which is to deliver 10 $1,000 scholarships to our graduating seniors who want to become future educators. Yeah. This is an annual tradition that we do in ASTA every year, but this year I do want to highlight a key difference. In spirit of our community schools approach of collaborative leadership and community involvement, we brought together a selection committee of parents, district officials, community partners, ASTA teachers, to collectively decide out of 32 applicants who the 10 students would be. So we picked together and came to consensus, and it was a great night. So we'll be delivering the second set of 5 tomorrow. It's kind of a lot to drive around the district all day, so we're going to split that up over 2 days and look forward to it. We're collecting some great pictures and can't wait to share them with everybody. So, I do want to give a quick update statewide on the Prop 55 signature gathering. I know that was a big effort on our part. We appreciate everybody's participation. Not only did we get 86% of the members of ASTA, but another 600 community and other employee members assigned as well. So statewide, CTA and its partners collected 1.6 million signatures, which is more than double of what it's needed to qualify for the ballot. So much appreciation to the community. And staying tuned for some get out the vote efforts come November to make sure that, well, it won't be Prop 55 anymore, we'll have a new number, but that we got it on the ballot, now we have to make sure that it succeeds in November to make sure we keep the current funding that we have here in California. Lastly, tonight, I want to touch on an issue that I've been hearing a lot about, and I've engaged in conversations with folks on, and will continue to engage in conversations. And that, again, a collaborative approach. And for those of you who know, when we negotiated our We Can't Wait contract, there was some new stuff in there regarding class size and caseload caps and kind of a new way of doing business and here in the district in staffing and in making master schedules at sites. And we know that there's a transition period and that we're going to work through it together like we work through everything together. On the front end, on the back end, logistically, there's a lot of ins and outs. As you know, site master schedules are very complicated, especially the big high schools. And across the district, it's a huge puzzle that hurts my brain, honestly. So there's a lot of work to be done. But I do want to share a couple things, put in a context of why we agreed, the district and the association, to this contract language. And so I'm going to use a couple examples. The first is this idea of class caps or limits of number of students in classrooms, 37 in junior high, 39 in high school, general ed classes, not PE, not VAPA, things like that. And the purpose of this was to make sure that the classroom environment for our students and obviously for our teachers as well is best as possible for everyone receiving a good education and success all around. And we do understand, and we did put in the contract an opportunity for that number to be exceeded. And we know that, you know, as school year goes on, students move in and out of the district, they transfer different schools. There could be a situation where that cap might be exceeded on those occasions, and there's language which allows that, and teachers get compensated a small amount for that, which we very much appreciate. But I want to just kind of understand that everyone that teachers have held on to these caps and will continue, not because they don't want to be available for their students, but they want to protect that sanctity of their classrooms, of those numbers, so that they can do the job that they want to do in their classrooms. And they understand there could be a time here and there where it's necessary to go over that number, you know, so that that class can grow to accommodate students coming in and out. But those numbers shouldn't be exceeded now in the spring when master schedules are being built. And we've had conversations, and I appreciate the conversations that we've had, but in the last couple of weeks, I've continued to field calls and emails from members all across the district that this practice is continuing to happen. And I get it. It's kind of the growing pains of doing something new, and all ASTA members and ASTA leadership are happy to engage in conversations and look for the logistical fixes and everything. But some of our members are being pressured, unfortunately, guilted a little, accused of not self-sacrificing enough. And I really think, and these are very limited cases, of course, but they highlight that view of where teachers really are looking for this language to be able to enable them to do the job that they want to do day in and day out in their classrooms. And so I look forward to continuing that work with everybody up here and at the school sites, just to make sure not only is that teachers' right to say yes or no to a overage is respected, but that the rationale behind it is understood. They're not doing it because they don't care about their students. They're not doing it because they don't give of themselves a lot day in and day out and already self-sacrifice for the well-being of their classes. They're doing it because the first time ever in AUHSD, they have the ability to keep that class at a certain level. And this is important for all of us as a school community. In addition, we have contract language regarding Strive, especially in special education, is where we work together to try to make sure that class sizes are as low as possible, but there's room to grow and then they're capped at a certain size. I don't want to get into the technicalities of this, but I just want to recommit our effort as an association, and my role as well, to work with all sites, all district leadership, just to do the best we can for staffing. And then the idea that teachers are the ones who will continually have to give to make the system work, we really need to change that mindset, where that the system has to adjust as well, that we have adequate staffing to be able to do all the things that we promise to our students, all the different types of classes and amazing things that we do here. So anyway, continue to look forward to working with all of you on that. And that's my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll have Lacey Munger from APGA.
Good evening, AUHSD Board of Trustees, President Guerrero, Superintendent Freed, Executive Cabinet, and community members. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week and happy belated Principals Day. I've mentioned before that counselors are the one group on campus that work directly with all staff in some capacity, and our teachers graciously allow our counselors to come into their classrooms so we can conduct our guidance lessons and meet our counseling standards, while also partnering with us on a daily basis to meet the needs of our students. So our counselors truly appreciate that collaboration, dedication, and support, and our teachers do deserve to be celebrated not just this week, but at all times. So thank you very much to our teachers. Like all of our AUHSD stakeholders, our counselors can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And while we can see that light, we also know that there's a lot left to accomplish as we close out this school year. We are currently in the midst of getting ready to welcome our incoming 7th graders, preparing our 8th graders to go to high school, and graduating our seniors into their post-secondary paths, while simultaneously registering our students for summer school through APEX, CBA, Access, and dual enrollment. At this point, our high school counselors have registered approximately 4,000 students for course remediation through APEX, and another 1,000 students through our county partner Access. So that way our students can bring their grades up and be A through G eligible and graduation eligible as well. Additionally, we have nearly 2,900 students who have registered in acceleration courses so that they can continue participating in programs and pathways next school year without interrupting their academics, including our performing arts, our CTE pathways, and AVID. While those numbers are significant, I think it's equally important to recognize what sits behind this data. Every one of those students needed to be met with at least once in order to complete the registration process for these programs, and in many cases, multiple times, along with parent meetings and phone calls to explain the why behind summer school and the opportunities it creates for our students. The work begins with our counselors identifying our students, having those conversations, creating a plan, and processing requests so students are ready to go when summer hits. Additionally, many of our counselors will continue that work into the summer, supporting students in these summer school programs to ensure that they stay on pace, recover their credits, and enter the 26-27 school year on track for graduation. On a professional development level, counselors ended their monthly PD on a high note at CBA. We had the opportunity to tour the CBA buildings in a way only Hilda Vasquez could organize through a scavenger hunt style icebreaker led by CBA staff. It was fun, it was interactive, and if you know our counselors, we kind of like lay low at all times and fly under the radar. Fun is not always in our vocabulary when it comes to us having to do it, so this was a big step for our counselors. But it was a really great example of relationship building, and we can see that happens at CVA on a regular basis. So we want to just thank Hilda and the CVA staff for going above and beyond with their time, energy, and hospitality. Our counselors walked away with a much stronger understanding of how CVA operates daily and why we send our students there and why students want to go there. As our counselors close out the school year, we are simultaneously building the foundation for the next. The work happening right now directly impacts our students who will enter the 26-27 school year, whether that is on track for graduation, connected to pathways and programs, or simply feeling supported and prepared for what comes next. It reflects the continued commitment of AUHSD counselors to ensuring every student has the access, opportunity, and guidance as they continue their path through AUHSD. And then just on a note for APGA specifically, just as ASTA does, APGA also awards scholarships to our high school seniors. We will be rewarding $400. We are a much smaller unit than ASTA, but $400 to each comprehensive school site, along with our ILC and alternative programs. So that way our seniors graduating will have some kind of token of their work ethic and what they've achieved while they're here at AUHSD. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Next, we'll have Jennifer Sasai with Alta.
Good evening, Madam President Guerrero, members of the Board of Trustees, Superintendent Freed, students, families, and members of our Anaheim Union community. It is a pleasure to share with you several district highlights from across our district this evening. As we celebrate Teacher Appreciation and Nurses Week, we want to extend our deepest gratitude to the heartbeat of our district, our staff. Whether in the classroom or in the health office, your dedication to AUHSD's core values and your unwavering support of our students and community define who we are. To our educators and our school nurses, thank you for your tireless work and the care you provide every single day. We begin tonight with an extraordinary achievement from Oxford Academy. Student Arian Balani was recently featured on KTLA by Emmy-winning reporter Rich DeMiro for his invention, IVA, trademarked. Developed with the mentorship of teacher Clay Elliott, this device assists in repairing visual misalignment. Arian's work earned the highest honors at the 71st OCSEF, including the highest award in biomedical engineering, the Young Investigator in Health Science Special Award from the Association of Diagnostics and Laboratory Medicine, a nomination to the Thermo Fisher Junior Innovators Challenge, placing him in the top 10% of students nationally. Arian has already applied for a trademark of IVA and launched IVA.ai to collaborate with global researchers. Orangeview Junior High and Western High School have a vibrant month centered on student voice. They recently concluded their capstone showcase, which include Milestone Senior Showcase on April 21st and 23rd. 56 pieces of art were also featured at the AUHSD Art, Color, and Light Show, and their iLab was packed with powerful poetry. They also experienced traditional tea ceremony via special grant, and they also welcomed the Harlem Wizards to campus for an evening of community energy. Orangeview Western likes to thank their outgoing student ambassador, Ann Irish, for her service and warmly welcome Sarai as their new student ambassador. At Loera High School, they celebrated Staffelty with their annual Salsa Fest and taquitos provided by the PTSA. Academic excellence was also the spotlight during the department and senior awards. Most notably, the class of 2026 completed their Saxon Summit capstone projects. Their reflections on growth and resilience prove they are more than ready for the next chapter of their journeys. Magnolia High School went global on April 30th, welcoming 10 visitors from France. Their ambassadors paired with these guests for a full American high school life, culminating with an all-star basketball game in a packed gym. It was truly an epic moment. In the realm of civic duty, South Junior High continues to set the state standard. Anaheim City Council member Moss recognized South Junior High for receiving the 2026 Civic Learning Award of Excellence. This is the highest recognition in California, and South was only one of 3 schools statewide to receive this award. South students were specifically praised for their advocacy regarding local issues like mental health and community safety. Finally, Cypress High School continues to prove what it means to be Cypress strong. The Chalk Foundation recently recognized Cypress during the 2026 Centurion Games for raising over $26,000 for children's health since 2021. In regards to career readiness, after data showed a high interest in the arts, Cypress partnered with the Boys and Girls Club to host a performing arts career panel where 80% of the participants reported an increase in confidence in pursuing their professional dreams. From international exchanges to life-changing medical inventions, these updates reflect our collective commitment to elevating student voice and celebrating achievement. Thank you.
Thank you. We have no PTSA report, so I'll be moving on to 7.5 Board of Trustees report. I will start with Mr. O'Neill.
I will. First of all, I just want to say thank you for moving this forward to this time slot. So I appreciate that. I don't know about the rest of the board, but I appreciate it. I wanted to, on my list of a few things, I wanted to echo what Dr. Sasai said, congratulating the 8th grade student at Oxford Academy for their fantastic creation of the AA-powered eye drift detection and correction system. If that's the type of student that our education system can produce coming out of our district, boy, are we in great shape for the future. So looking forward to hearing about more students doing the same type of thing. I attended a Walker Junior High paint night where the students and parents had fun learning how to paint. So it looks so simple, but I left before I got my hands dirty. Attended the Anaheim Kiwanis Scholarship presentation at Gilbert High School yesterday, where 10 students were awarded up to $1,500 each. So it's $1,000 immediately and $500 if they come back in 6 months and continue their education, some form of education, college, trade school, whatever. So they could get up to, like I said, $1,500 each. Excuse me. I attended the Walker Sunrise Breakfast this morning, yesterday morning. Or was it this morning? God, I can't remember. It was yesterday morning. There were a lot of students out there. They're very excited. And the food was furnished by our own staff here. And it was a delicious pancake breakfast and with all sorts of toppings to go on it. So it was very delicious. I also attended, I'm on a scholarship foundation for Kennedy High School, and we awarded this year $23,750 to 17 students, and this year it's our 30th year, and with that $23,000, we achieved giving away $300,000 to date. So we look forward to getting up to $600,000 someday. I want to congratulate the future graduates. You have 2 weeks before you're walking. That's so exciting because this year has gone by so fast. It's like we just started. I want to thank staff and everybody that works for the district in helping these students get to this point in graduating. The students don't do it by themselves. And I want to wish everybody a great 2 weeks before graduation and then a great summer past that. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee McCullis.
Thank you, Madam President. April 10th, I was actually a guest speaker at Juan Villa's class at Savannah High School. April 11th, I attended Loera's Community Garage Sale. And then following that, I stopped by the Anti-Hate Summit hosted by AUHSD Social Justice Collective. On April 15th, I went to I had another visit, thank you, Gary Brown, to Loera High School. It was great to see my old alma mater and all the great renovations over there and future projects. I also attended Gilbert's open house and capstone, which was really cool. And they also had the grand opening of the music studio. Yes, the first in our district. So cool. And then, I saw another amazing theatrical performance by Savannah's Theater, Starmites. Great job, y'all. I attended Steamapalooza, April 19th, Loera High School's varsity basketball banquet at Mama Koza's. Congratulations on an amazing year. April 21st, I was another guest speaker. Everyone keeps asking me to be a guest speaker. I'm like, okay, why not? At Magnolia High School's ILC. And then after that, on the way out, I stopped by the mock interviews, which was hosted at the gym. That evening, I attended the pinning and installation ceremony for new student ambassadors at CVA. April 22, I went to Loera's open house. April 23, Southern California's Design Build Competition Industry Lunch at Golden West College. Great job to Anaheim High School and Savannah teams. Wow, the amazing things that they built. I wanted to buy it. I was like, can I buy that? It was amazing. Great jobs. April 24th, St. Anthony Claret for the district-wide parent volunteer celebration. Great job, parents. I do have a few things to say, but I'll wait till the end of my report. April 25, Supervisor Doug Chafee's Children and Family Health Fair at Magnolia High School. April 28, I attended Oxford Academy's, I did another school visit. I do school visits. I'm trying to get to every single high school before the end of the year. It's so hard. There's so much going on. So thank you, Principal Houston, for showing me around Oxford and learning about the history of that location. I am more understanding of the history of Oxford, and so I get the vision. April 29th, State of the City address at the Grove in Anaheim. May 1st, I attended Catella High School versus Calvary Chapel's varsity baseball game where they won 7-0 at Boysen Park. And last but not least, I did attend last weekend the CCEA Awards Gala. And I just want to share that another amazing, all schools are doing great, but Gilbert, it was just great to be at that conference. Also want to give a shout out to Mr. Nakayama, who got the Esports Program Award, and our own Gilbert for getting the Model Continuation School Award. What was so significant about this event was that people from schools all across the country were going to our teachers, and they were just congratulating them on their presentations. So, it's just great to hear that from other schools. That we are definitely a model continuation school. And the last thing I wanted to share is I've counted, as a newest board member, this is my 6th month, right? I've attended almost 100 different various events, from sports to random visits in high schools to parent events to theatrical productions, to you name it, to everything. And it's not for me. I'm sharing that not to boast, right? In the end, a trustee's job is to be present. And what I'm sharing is that, and as my first year, the first thing you do is you learn. You learn. And what I've learned is that a lot of amazing faculty, staff, administrators, parents, our directors, even our own board, our cabinet, everyone works so incredibly tirelessly that I can see it in your eyes, not just the tiredness, but the passion and the things that you do in the work. So with that said, I hope you all have I know so we still have a couple weeks left. Hope you all have an amazing summer. I'm going to continue to work and learn, and I know we're not perfect, but collectively we can be when we work together. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. So thank you everyone so much for your hard work. I see you, right? I see you. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you. Trustee Hoshi.
Reset the timer. I don't want to talk about my 200 events, so no. I just want to let you know that really it is important for us as board members to make sure that our constituents and our community feel seen and heard. And that's why we attend a lot of events, and I think it's so important. And this is where I get my street data, by talking to people at these events and so forth. And it's really I've kind of broken mine up because I only have 5 minutes. Now, 4 minutes and 30 seconds. So, awards. I went to a press conference acknowledgement for Sylvia Mendez. with Ms. Guerrero and Ms. Rando Trejo, and it was nice to see that Trita from, from the city of Westminster. He came across to their side, and they kind of combined to acknowledge the work of Sylvia Mendez. Student Ambassador Installation Dinner, the Administration Professionals Luncheon. Our staff did a great job at acknowledging them. The Parent Volunteer Luncheon, we had over 300 parents. Araceli Chavez, hats off to you. Kudos to you and Carlos. I'm going to tell you, that was the most fun event. Schools were dancing up and down the aisles, and it was just a great event of acknowledging, and we got to acknowledge some special people for their work in our district. So congratulations to you as well. Got to go to the Disneyland Hotel for the California Department of Ed Distinguished Schools recognition. And congratulations to Lexington and Oxford Academy. Tony Thurman, our state superintendent of instruction, was there. And Oxford also got a blue ribbon of distinction. Also went with my fellow board members to the State of the City at the Grove. And Cypress High School held their own honorary service awards dinner that I attended last night, and then I went to the awards the night before, and then the Gilbert Greater Anaheim Kiwanis, I was there with Mr. O'Neill. I've been to several capstones, Oxford, Kennedy, Ball Junior High School, Lexington, Walker. And I'm going to tell you something, the stories that really resonated with me were some of the stories from Cypress, ILC, and Magnolia. I thought that the ILCs were just things about just really recovering credits, but it was so much more than that. It was about kids and their stories and these circumstances, and how our district really does see students by name and need. I mean, really extenuating circumstances. Some of the kids had to go to work to support their families. Others had parents who had health conditions and so forth. So I just really am thankful that we do have these ILCs and the work that they're doing. Performances, Cypress High School Dance, Dancing with the Stars, Kennedy High School Encore Performance. I went with Dr. Freed to their show choir competition set. Ballet Folklorico Macondo. Really incredible. And that's been going on for 26 years, and that was my first time. And it was so much fun to see parents up there dancing, to see little kids and the community together. I went to the Cypress Combined Community, elementary bands, choirs, Cypress Theater. They did Frozen, Oxford Academy Instrumental, featuring 500 plus musicians at Oxford. Their show choir, The Elements, at Cook Auditorium. And then I went to Anaheim Schools and Community. They had 3 elementary schools and Savannah, that feeds Savannah High School. And then I got invited by their superintendent to go to the Anaheim Elementary Music, Art, and Creativity Festival at Pearson Park. So I went there and saw that. So great. Cypress High School Choir Show, Kennedy High School Choir Show, Lexington. Yesterday, went to both of their performances, and then was also at the Social Justice Collective, Love Thy Neighbor. The final LCAP meeting was so much fun, and the entertainment was so good by Savannah and Oxford's jazz bands. It sounded like professional musicians. Color and Light Art Show, congratulations to all the students. I'm commissioning one to paint something. She said, gee, do it for free. But anyway, I said no. I mean, the work that was incredible. And then one fun thing that I really think, I always say food, music, and culture kind of bring people together, you know? And so anyway, Orangeview and Western did a fundraiser with the Harlem Wizards. The PTA from Orangeview, the PTA from Western, and the instrumental music department worked together, and I told Dr. Freed, I like to see the Harlem Wizards play our principals. You know? So graduates, I just have one thing to say to you, and congratulations. And I want to thank the principals as well. And a lot of our principals are celebrating staff-wide. So, at the end of the year, it's just really a time to celebrate. But graduates, there's a famous saying by Muhammad Ali, and I love it because it says, "Don't count the days, make the days count." So as you are eager to get out of here, make the days count, okay? And just be thankful and have gratitude for the staff, the counselors, the principals, the administration, and most of all, your parents. So thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Randall Trejo.
Reset the time. All right. I was very fortunate to be able to go to a number of events. As my colleagues had said before, attended the State of the City of Anaheim and a number of things. I was able to go to the combined concert of Ball and Loera, their spring band concert. One fun thing before we went to the State of the City, this is Teacher Celebration month, or week, I'm sorry. We made a surprise visit to Hope School with the Prize Patrol from Orange County Department of Ed. One of the really great things about what they do is they, out of all of the schools that turn in names from the whole of Orange County, they choose 6 of the top folks to feature. And those are the folks that you see when you go to Schools First Bank, and you see their pictures all over the place. So one of our teachers, and I know there's another one from Anaheim Elementary, Catherine, can you help me out with her last name? It's Sarah, I can't pronounce it. Yes, Sarah Sulo. Sarah Swallow, I didn't want to pronounce it correctly, from Hope School, and they surprised her, and she was just, it was amazing to see that, and all of her students were there to capture the moment, and there were about 50 people that came from OCDE to surprise her. That was a wonderful thing. I met one-on-one with the superintendent, ROP, Dana Lynch, attended our ROP meeting, as well as their celebration of success, where they awarded students selected. We had to actually interview students, and that was a really hard thing to choose just a couple of students, but they were all wonderful. So they had their great celebration for the ROP students. Of course, the highlight of STEMA Palooza every year, a great celebration of all the work that students and teachers do. Loera Open House. Oh, and I completely forgot to bring my hardware that I got. That's a Loera crest that I was given over there. And I also just wanted to remind everybody that STEMA-Palooza was the brainchild of our wonderful Jackie Counts. And so this was, how many years have we done this now? $11 or $12, yeah, wonderful. Attended the CAC Awards, which is the Community Advisory Awards for GASELPA, and attended our parent affinity meeting the other night, and discussing some really amazing topics. Attended the Sylvia Mendez celebration, the Ambassador New Pinning, and a Color and Light was just spectacular this year. And I was really blessed to meet a student from Gilbert who was just beside himself and just emotional about seeing his art placed in the city. What do you call them? The community center, but inside the glass. Yeah, and he just was just staring at it, and I had a conversation with him. I introduced him to you, and we both, after he left, were crying because he was just so sweet and just could not believe he actually won, that people took a chance on him and awarded him for his work. And that's why we do this, right? When you can just actually see a student just lifted up, lifted. See, I think that is all. Two more things. I attended the intramural sports at Cypress, the junior high one, track meet, and it was really, really fun. I want to go again and again. It was very exciting, and got to see some former students that I knew, and they were excited to see a familiar face there as well. And the last thing was, we attend all these wonderful events, but I had the best feeling when a former student called me up and found me and left her number, called her back, and she invited me to her choir banquet at Oxford Academy. And so to see her celebrated and to hear her sing was just really a highlight, and why I love doing this job. So. Congratulations, and we love all of our employees, our teachers. It's going to be Employees Week soon, and like we said, we couldn't do any of this without all of our employees, all of our parent volunteers, and especially our students. And happy Mother's Day. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you. Yes, it's been a very good job. It's been a very eventful month at the end of the school year. So I had the opportunity to attend Anaheim High School's dance program, Shapes of Pressure, and I want to thank Miss R and the dance team for just a beautiful, beautiful performance. Also attended SEMApalooza. Thank you to staff again for everything that went into that. It's such an extraordinary event. Also attended Color and Light art show, and just the talent of our students is just incredible. Year after year, I'm constantly impressed. Had the opportunity to hear from our seniors at their capstones at both Anaheim High School and Catella High School, and very excited about their future journeys. Attended the insurance committee meeting, and also attended the California Design Build Construction with Anaheim High School and Savannah High School students in partnership with the Building Industry Technology Academy, Simon Builders, and the Southwest Regional Council of Carpenters. It was a great way to see their teamwork, and it's both boys and girls in construction, and it was very proud to hear that some of them already actually got union jobs already lined up after they graduate, so very excited for them. I attended, along with our team, the visit from the Embassy of Spain International Spanish Academies, as Anaheim High School and Sycamore Junior High School are officially recognized as members. This milestone honestly reflects over a decade of dedication, talent, and commitment from our dual language academy students and staff at Anaheim High School and Sycamore Junior High School, and I'm just incredibly proud of them for all their work and what this partnership means to them. And then also want to echo the sentiments about the AUHD Parent Volunteer Celebration. Thank you to Araceli and the team for just a wonderful event. Over 300 volunteers, and it was our first ever district-wide parent volunteer recognition. I know sites do separate recognitions, but this was district-wide, and it was just really a beautiful day of community, family. I don't think we all thought we were going to be dancing up there, but it was a lot of fun joining our family and just being in community. I want to congratulate all of our honorees, including the Parent Leadership Legacy Award recipients, Miss Esther Franco and Miss Nati Vasquez, who's here. Congratulations on your award. Very well deserved. And then I had the opportunity to go to Sycamore Junior High School and watch their A Story of Hope in partnership with Chance Theater as part of building up our drama program at Sycamore. I want to give a special thanks to teacher Miss Marianne Tice and the students who wrote and performed an original play based on their own lived experiences. And the play was about immigration. It showed the impact that it has on families. and the search for hope and opportunity during such difficult times. And it was truly such an inspiring and heartfelt performance. And it just really showed opportunities like this empower our students to share their voices, strengthen their empathy, and see the value of their own stories and experiences throughout the time. So thank you to Sycamore Junior High School. Thank you to our VAPA team and the Chance Theater for that opportunity. And then, just as my colleagues have mentioned, we are heading towards graduation season. I want to thank our teachers, counselors, staff, classified staff, nurses, district staff for all of their support this school year, and just really excited to celebrate our upcoming seniors during graduation. So thank you. And with that, more exciting news, we'll move on to our presentations, and we are going to be honoring our honoring the annual report. Our Youth Arts Council will now be presenting their annual report on the arts education in AUHSD, and then we'll celebrate our students. So I'm going to defer to Amy Kwan to introduce our presenters.
I know we're used to honoring them.
And I'm just going to present our Director of Arts Education, Brian Belsky, and of course members of our Youth Arts Council. I know this is a new council that we've been working on, and we're just so excited for them to share the state of the arts in AUHSD. So go ahead and take it away, Brian.
All right, thank you. I'm going to move this just a little closer. Everybody can be heard. There we go. Okay, good evening, Board President Guerrero, members of the board, Superintendent Freed, Cabinet, the community members and guests. My name is Brian Belsky, and I have the honor to serve as our district's Director of Arts Education. Tonight's State of the Arts report is a collaborative report. I'll provide the progress monitoring updates on our 3 strategic plan focus areas of content, infrastructure, and sustainability. And then I'll step aside so that you can hear directly from members of the Youth Arts Council about the impact of this work, as well as their desires for building arts programs for the next generation of AUHSD students and families. 1 year ago, this board took a visionary step by adopting the Strategic Arts Plan. That plan was a promise to every student in AUHSD that their creativity is a priority and their voice is a catalyst for change. By concentrating our efforts into the 3 focus areas, we've worked to increase student access to arts courses and to continue to provide transformative experiences for all students. Our work has been recognized by other districts across the state as we build systems in arts learning, ensuring that our programs aren't silos, but integrated pathways that align with our core mission and our values and connect directly to the professional lives in the arts. In this first year of implementation, we've focused on building the how and the what. But we're here to celebrate the who tonight, not the band, but we launched our, I know, bad dad joke. We launched our Youth Arts Council last fall, and these student leaders that are here with us tonight are the pulse of our district arts program. Their work this year has blended arts advocacy, leadership development, and learning how to affect public policy, including a great lesson from Board President Guerrero. Looking at our first segment tonight in Focus Area 1, we're ensuring that content is relevant and connects to clear, high-quality career pathways. This year, we've completed Phase 1 of our 7th through 12th grade performing arts curriculum mapping. Those programs now have a blueprint for vertical alignment so that students, regardless of their grade level or prior experience, receive the same high standard of support as they enter and progress through our system. This excellence is fueled by our teachers. We've seen a significant increase in staff attending major professional development conferences and, more importantly, bringing that high-level learning back to our district-wide monthly PLCs and sharing it with their colleagues. Our students told us clearly through the very first meeting of the Youth Arts Council this year that they want a direct line to the creative industry. We listened, and at this year's OCDE College and Career Pathways in the Arts event, AUHSD pretty much dominated. There were 600 students from across the county. More than 300 of them were ours. And we make up more than half of the students that were there in attendance, and they spent the day networking with colleges and employers and industry leaders in the creative industries and the creative economy, which is billions of dollars in California, proving that in Anaheim, the arts really are a bridge to a professional future. So to share what that connection feels like, Now I'll hand it over to Sunshine, Kira, and Wendy.
Hello and good evening. My name is Sunshine Higby, and I'm currently a junior over at Kennedy High School in both the art and theater program. The arts are so much more than people realize. It gives a chance for each student to express themselves and break out of their shell that society puts them in. For myself personally, while also being an athlete, doing the arts has given me so many more amazing opportunities I wouldn't have gotten anywhere else, and having made me a better person today. And I will be handing it over to Kira.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Kira Shea. I am a senior at Kennedy High School, and I'm enrolled in Kennedy's choir program, Kennedy Singers. I will be looking at focus area number 1, which is content. One of the main things that I wanted to look at was the providing of resources to expand upon and build upon our career pathways throughout high school and college. For myself and many other students, the resources on where to explore different pathways regarding the performing arts are initially brought up as unclear. To help them understand where their career is directed into the future, having a resource such as different counselors and adults check in with those who want to fulfill a pathway such as this one would be very beneficial to the students. Having a provided mentor helping them with what pathway is most suitable for them is not only an incredible asset for our current students, but helps them further structure their path for college and what they choose to be involved in. I will now pass on my focus area to Wendy. Thank you very much.
Okay. Hi, my name is Wendy, and I am currently a senior at Catella High School, where I participate in drawing and painting. So my visit to the Getty Center in ninth grade showed me how powerful art can be, especially works that took place from the Renaissance period. These pieces told meaningful stories and created a strong emotional connection due to their complex yet pleasant visuals. Today, I have noticed that many students struggle to engage with modern art, often finding it confusing or uninteresting. This reflects a growing disconnect from traditional story-driven art. Now, I believe that bringing back more exposure to classical works can help re-inspire students and remind us that art is meant to communicate and not just exist. From this experience, I believe students benefit more when being exposed to professional classical art environments because traditional art is often easier to connect with emotionally and intellectually. During my visit to the Getty Center, I saw Spring by Sir Lawrence Amatadima, and it genuinely made me feel captivated. The painting's detail, emotion, and storytelling stayed with me long after the visit and showed me how powerful art can truly be. Experiences like this are why schools should consider offering more meaningful field trips to places like the Getty, where students can connect with art in a deeper and more inspiring way rather than taking the field trip as a free day.
So focus area 2 is about building the professional infrastructure required to sustain our vision. We're moving beyond just offering classes to really providing a comprehensive arts ecosystem. We've hired 355 part-time arts assistants, including accompanists, choreographers, instrumental coaches, vocal coaches, teaching artists, to provide the specialized instruction that our students deserve, while removing scheduling barriers to ensure that every student has a clear sequential path in the arts. And the proof is in the data. Over the past dozen years, we've moved from 35 to over 48% of our total student population enrolled in an arts class. Notably, we've seen a massive climb in arts enrollment over the past 8 years. I'm proud to say that in the 26-27 school year, we will once again have students enrolled in vocal music courses on every AUHSD campus, and that's something that hasn't happened since the 2014-15 school year. We know that students in band, orchestra, choir, theater, dance, and visual arts, they all have different ways of connecting to and supporting each other. And we have to help students find their tribe. And so being able to offer these programs to all students is really important. We're also matching this historic growth with world-class facilities. Thank you, Board of Trustees. The Cook Auditorium renovation and the new Gilbert Music Studio named Club 33 1/3. And for those of you too young to know what that number means, ask one of us with like a little gray in our temples. We'll tell you what 33 1/3. And all of our venues serve as professional spaces for students to create and express themselves. And just this week, we learned that a student songwriting team from Gilbert, actually using that studio, won an award from the Orange County Department of Education for their song Moments, which they submitted to the USA 250 songwriting contest. So kudos to the Gilbert students. We're also mid-project on the new high school band room renovation at Orangeview Western 712 School, which will give the next generation of music makers a world-class space in which to create and develop their talents. From digital music production labs to replacing aging pianos and replacing theater tech district-wide, we're ensuring that when our students, when they step into a studio or a classroom, they're using industry-standard tools. To share what it's like to work in these professionalized spaces and work with additional industry pros, I'll hand it over to Charlie, Kimberly, and Theodore.
Hi, I am Charlie DeBello, a senior at Cypress High School. Thank you. And I am part of the theater department. I've been asked to talk about the struggles of working with the spaces and equipment that we have at our schools. Many of our programs are struggling with the main issue of spaces our students are currently working in. As programs are growing bigger and bigger and spaces are growing smaller and smaller for how many students are joining each program every year, an example of this is Cypress High School, where we have to share our theater with both choir and dance in a very limited space. We have no room for our sets for shows, no room for students to change costumes. Teachers and leadership have to change a lot of staging and spacing because of our off-centered stage, and not enough room to store supplies. Our programs are so lucky to be growing so quickly and get new equipment over the past few years, but the new equipment doesn't work for small, awkward spaces we are working in. We are hoping for changes like new seating for our theaters and refurbishing our spaces to help improve our programs and help students to feel comfortable in the spaces they're working in. Next, I'm going to invite Kimberly.
Good evening. My name is Kimberly Barragan. I am a current junior at Catella High School, and my focus area is infrastructure. When I was in 8th grade, I took a photography class that made me really passionate about my work, and I really grew more into an artist in photography. An idea I would have that would not just benefit the students and but also the community is that we need more funding for photography to purchase enough cameras for the students to use to create photography for their passion. Another idea is that we can have more internships and more programs to teach students how to use photography out in the real world and build their passion into a career. Thank you, and I will now pass it to Theodore.
Hello everyone, my name is Theodore Vang. I'm a senior at Oxford Academy, and I'm honored to be representing my site's choir program. As the president of the OA Singers, I've appreciated how Prop 28 funds and other arts-related funds across the district have benefited our program on many ways and on all grade levels. Not only do we have student teachers like Mrs. Ramirez, who I've put on screen behind me, but also an accompanist and many choreographers who take the burdens off our primary choir director, Mr. Hogan, and improve our shows with their talents and many perspectives. To further expand our horizons, though, I see an opportunity to take advantage of our district connections, like Dr. Brown, assistant professor of music at Chapman, who I believe adjudicated for our most recent choral festival, and open up opportunities for these professionals to interact with students more, open up guest lectures, find time in some school schedules for students to learn hands-on from them or in other ways. And I think a lot of choir students, not just at my school, but across the district, share that perspective as well. This would improve the quality of our performing arts programs, but also serve to attract more students to them. And on that note, and circling back to Charlie's point, I've noticed how smaller arts groups, like Oxford Academy's Spotlight Theater Club, for example, struggle because they lack the facilities or resources to showcase themselves. It may not be reasonable for a 15-person group to reserve Kennedy's entire 500-person theater, but that doesn't mean that there aren't other venues that the district could consider to make available. For example, Oxford's NPR is very well equipped with incredible sounds and light systems, or Magnolia's High School Amphitheater, for example, could be opened up to the dozens of groups that would benefit from it. Not only that, I believe that all arts programs, not just the performing arts, should have more places to showcase their work across the district. As a 7th grader at Oxford Academy, I remember being wowed by all the art installations across campus. If you've ever been on campus, there are so many large and beautiful murals left behind by classes or choirs or previous students, as well as artwork being hung prominently in the hallways. And I remember being very inspired by them and wanting to pursue the arts, or not just the arts, but incorporate arts into my education a little bit more. And I continue to be inspired by their work today. I believe creating more opportunities for students to showcase their work on campus would not only increase the size of our arts programs across the district, but also help students, whether in the arts or not, deepen their appreciation for it and grow beyond their core classes. And with that, I'll hand it back to Mr. Belsky.
I was like, man, I got to follow Theodore? Okay. So finally, we turn to Focus Area 3. Nope. Yes. Focus Area 3, which is sustainability and community access. To ensure that the progress that we've shared tonight becomes a permanent fixture of the AUHSD experience, we're building a foundation that survives beyond any single school year. And the sustainability starts with student voice. The Youth Arts Council launch has been a huge step towards co-designing our programs with our students. And big thanks to Angela Stecker for her work in coordinating our meetings this year and the work that she did. I don't know where Angela is. There's, oh, hi. I'm on camera. Okay. Good job, Angela. We're also breaking down the walls of the classrooms by forging some deep community partnerships with world-class organizations like Chance Theater, Pacific Symphony, Save the Music, Mr. Holland's Opus Foundation, even local artists who are co-designing mural projects with our students on their own campuses. Perhaps most significantly, we have successfully leveraged Proposition 28, the AMS funding, to ensure that every single one of our 12,500 art students across all campuses has felt the direct impact of new resources, staffing, and materials. We're not just maintaining it, we're innovating it. And to share how these partnerships and funds are creating life-changing opportunities, I'll hand it over to our last group, Andrea, Fatima, and Kate.
Hello, my name is Andrea Nario, and I'm a senior from Anaheim High School representing APAC and theater. 2 years ago, Anaheim High School's advanced theater class had the opportunity to work with Chance Theater. With the help and guidance from Mr. James and Shinshin, the students developed and mastered skills you can see in live theater, like choreography and acting, as well as skills you may learn behind the scenes, like blocking and script writing. Because of this collaboration, some of our students were able to get in touch with the Chance Theater Summer Program for students 18 years old and below. I would also like to highlight the impact of Proposition 28 in my school. For the first time, the Anaheim Performing Arts Conservatory was able to provide the opportunity to watch our spring musical Between the Lines for free. With the technical and financial aspect, we were able to get royalties, projections, set pieces, costumes, music, and many more without paying a dime. Furthermore, because of Prop 28, it aided us to branch out between the lines to our community and bring the message of identity, belonging, and the power of imagination to overcome personal difficulties to a wider audience.
Hello, my name is Fatima, a current senior at Anaheim High School representing choir and APAC. I would love to see our district expand transportation to increase students' access to arts education because I know it can open the doors for so many opportunities. Last year, my school's advanced choir was able to go to San Diego to compete in a festival there. We were able to compete with schools all across the state that went to the same festival. Because of our high ranking, we were able to get gold and therefore be invited to the Festival of Gold in New York City, 1 out of 16 schools in the country. I would love for more students to get this opportunity as I know it is something that helped me grow in my arts experience. I would also like the district to expand on an expressive curriculum for students. As now the president of the choir program, I know that for me, being in VAPA classes at my school definitely helped me to become a much more confident person. It has taught me how to be a great leader and an overall good student. I know starting high school can be difficult for some students, but having a place where they can express themselves through the arts would be very beneficial. I will now pass it on to Kate.
Hello everyone, my name is Hello everyone, my name is Katie Bosco. I'm a senior at Anaheim High School and I will be representing the band program. Community is a very significant aspect in our district and I'd like to highlight how we can foster it in the arts. Community and civic engagement can be expressed through establishing partnerships with colleges. To make this happen, Hosting district-wide field trips on college campuses can be an option to showcase art careers and can become a resource for students. Furthermore, allowing college guest speakers to speak with students about their experiences can give us an understanding of a college and career path. These partnerships would make a great impact on students to foster connections, strengthen relationships, and look into opportunities. I would like to see our district expand transportation to increase students' access to art education. Thank you.
A brief overview of our plans for next year include expanding our curriculum alignment into the visual arts courses, as well as beginning the articulation and extending it in some cases with our 5 partner elementary districts to start the conversation about what our collective TK through 12 grade curriculum and programming can look like. We'll revise some of our theater curriculum, as well as develop new courses for things such as acting for film and TV to address the gap between the high number of students whose interest surveys say that they want to be actors with the declining number of students who are enrolled in those courses. We'll expand our teacher coaching and mentoring program to include all arts teachers who have been teaching for 5 years or fewer. We'll expand the Youth Arts Council to include site-based leadership, and we'll give arts community updates at our monthly meetings. We're also planning professional learning sessions for our school counselors and administrators to share strategies and practices for building healthy, sequential arts programs into master schedules and into campus cultures. We'll also expand student awareness of career paths in the creative economy by expanding our involvement in the OCD Arts Pathways event, as well as working with our District AIM program to develop new partners in the areas of arts, media, and entertainment. So on behalf of our truly amazing Youth Arts Council members, as well as the 450 staff members in the arts instructional team, and the thousands of students enrolled in our arts courses, I want to thank you for making time in your annual agenda for this report and for listening to the students that make up our arts community. Your support here in this room, as well as out on the campuses, is appreciated by the teachers and their families. This board shows up for students, deeply values arts education, and knows that the arts help our students learn to be more like themselves instead of more like everyone else. Thank you, and we're available to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you so much. Very proud of our Youth Arts Council and our VAPA team. It was incredible to hear from different sites and just your experience throughout your experience in different VAPA programs. So just really super proud of all of you. I will open to questions if the board has any.
I don't have any questions. I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for your presentation. And this district has been known for supporting the arts through thick and thin. We've had many times when other districts were cutting the programs because of financial issues, but we have always maintained the programs as being very strong for us. So I think the board will continue to support the arts, and thank you for your presentation. We look forward to seeing it bloom in the future.
Bloom, yes. Amazing presentation. Great job, everybody. What are some of these new partners that you're thinking about, Brian? I know you have some great ideas, and before you answer that, I just want to share that while visiting sites, how beautiful all of our campuses are looking. One recent event that I went to was at Anaheim, and I see one of our assistant principals there. She was sharing with me some of the murals that will be coming up. So it's just so beautiful. But yeah, what are some of these new partners?
Well, I can't really speak to before we make the connections officially, but let me just say that they're in the areas of technical theater, lighting design, stage block. There's a lot of the technical theater side of things that we really want to begin to focus on, as well as some professional musical organizations, dance troupe, and 2 visual art organizations that we're considering working and partnering with. So
I love it. And also real quick, when I was at Gilbert, I saw some of the students making the music, and a lot of alumni who were there were like, oh man, I wish I had that when I was a student. And I wish I had that when I was a student. Maybe I'd be in a different field. Thank you very much.
Good evening. I see Ms. Zimmer here in the audience, so I want to acknowledge her from the Anaheim Arts Alliance. So thank you very much for being here. So I'm looking at all these students up there, and I've seen a lot of you on stage as the leads in your musicals, leading their show choirs. I just want to thank you guys for your leadership and stepping up to be part of this Arts Council, because I think you're going to come back and look at these arts programs and go, look what we did. And so congratulations. I want to know what we're doing to work with vertical articulation down to our theater districts. That's one of my questions. Okay. And are we doing that across the board through Cypress, through Centralia?
We actually have already started. You yourself were at the area concert that we did for the choir programs and the band programs in Cypress Elementary, which is one of the great programs that, we have a great articulation sort of developed with them, students to be able to see a pathway of like, oh, well, this is what it's going to look like. We have worked with their music team in particular. But it's every district kind of has a different priority, and in some schools, some of the elementary districts, there are some schools that get some of their schools get music and dance, and some schools get visual art, but sometimes most of them don't get both. Anaheim Elementary has some wonderful music programs and has expanded visual art, and so we've had 2 meetings now with them to work on the beginnings of what that articulation process looks like, as well as some alignment of what our program offerings are entirely. One of the things that we're going to be launching in the fall is an extension of the mariachi program in Anaheim Elementary, and that's right, and. So we're gonna be bringing that into our district as well at the junior high level to create some continuity there.
I went to the theater and dance show and saw how excited kids were about dance, and I know that we offer now dance as a PE. We can get credit for PE simultaneously. So, are we doing anything at all to expand our dance programs at our sites?
We are actually. We'll be expanding dance. We'll be expanding dance at 2. I know there's 2 sections that we're sort of already looking at expanding next year. It's a challenge to have just drop in a full-time dance teacher, because oftentimes you'll have to build it at 2 campuses and then share a teacher and kind of do that. We are doing that in some campuses, but we have our eyes on one particular site for next year to
And then
do
finally,
some
Mr.
expansion.
Belsky, I am looking forward to hearing more about this school to career thing, because we're right in the middle of some major amusement parks, and with the OC Vibe coming up with a new concert hall, and I'm just really looking forward to how we can partner with even our JCs and provide that pipeline for our kids that don't necessarily want to go to college, but they want to find something in the arts and so forth.
You'll be happy to know that one of those theme parks and their live entertainment division is one of the folks I was talking about earlier. But
Very good.
again, I won't
That's
tell you
music
which
to
one.
my
but,
ears. Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful presentation. You answered a couple of my questions already. I just wanted to say I'm really excited about the technical piece. I've been asking for that for a long time, so I'm excited to hear about that. And we do have a small articulation with Anaheim Elementary Choir. We have our choir teacher at Sycamore that has already gone into and worked with and done that work. So looking forward to more of that.
We definitely would love to expand that work as well.
And seniors, raise your hands. Raise your hands. I want to know. Oh, okay. I want to know what field you want to go in. What you want to do with your music. If you know, if you don't know, that's okay. Just really quickly, what are your plans? Public health, okay. I love that. I'm sorry to hear that.
Pre-med.
Pre-med, okay.
My name is Theo, and I'm going into acoustic engineering.
Acoustic engineering, yes. Psychology. Nice, nice. Oh, yes, that's right. Okay. Do you happen to know what you want to do? You're junior? or last? Do you happen to know? Not yet. It's okay. The world is your oyster. But it's really interesting that the arts are here for all of our students, and it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to go into that field, but it's really an enhancer for any field that you want to go to. And I heard a lot of you talk about confidence. So bravo to you. And we'll be seeing you in a couple of weeks.
And then on behalf of the Board of Trustees, we'd love to honor our Youth Arts Council and take a picture together and then provide some certificates. So if you could all join us in the center, all the students that are involved in the Youth Arts Council.
Yeah, we have some that didn't speak, so they can come up too for the photo.
This is Brian Belsky's. Yeah, that's right. That's not us.
All right, moving on to our next parent presentation. Thank you. Our next parent presentation is from our District English Learner Advisory Committee, or DLAC. I would like to defer to Amy Kwan to introduce our presenters and our parents.
Who's leading us in our presentation tonight is our Executive Director, Robert Saldivar, who also leads our DLAC. So I will let him introduce the team.
Perfect. Thank you. Good evening. Gracias. Thank you. Good evening, Board President Guerrero, members of our Board of Trustees, Superintendent Freed, members of Cabinet, and our AUHSD community, those in person and join us online. Thank you for the opportunity to provide this DLAC board update. So we want to start first and foremost with our why. We want to ground ourselves with why we do this work, why we dedicate so much time, effort, commitment, in collaboration with our families, our parents, our caregivers, our students, our staff, and our greater community. And it always goes back to our students, right? These are pictures of graduates from the class of 2025. We hope that next year we can provide you with a new collage of those from a class of 2026. But all these beautiful smiling faces. Some of them are obviously duly identified students, are students that have reclassed, those that haven't, but again, from all walks of life. Okay, and also just as a reminder, as we, in the spirit of continuous improvement, we continue to remind ourselves to be better. And with that said, we're always looking for ways to be better. And the equity transformation cycle reminds us and provides guidance on how to be better and on how to continue to hold ourselves accountable, bringing in different types of data, different layers of data. Obviously, as an organization, we pride ourselves in being very familiar with satellite and map data. However, we are becoming more familiar and realizing the importance of street data as well. So we're hoping that as we continue to ground ourselves in this equity transformation cycle, you see how we are doing some deep listening to the different levels of data, uncovering, as we analyze the data, we're starting to uncover what the stories are telling us, and then reimagining how we do education, how we support our students and families and our staff, and then the move part, which is always our next steps. Okay. A little bit of some language census data. Here you see the different languages broken down by percentages in our district. You see the obviously the top 6, I believe, that we have there, but there's also almost 1,100 other languages that are spoken in our district. You also see the breakdown between our non-plurilingual students and then obviously our plurilingual students. About 17% of our population consist of our plurilingual students. You also see some data on reclassification. I do want to make sure we understand that up until last year, we were able to use what we called a rationale. And this past year was the last year that we were able to do that to support our duly identified students with the rationale, and that was really more than anything to be able to intervene with our students who are duly identified and have some teacher input on why, if they didn't meet criterion 4, which is the basic skills requirement, which is connected to the SBAC, if they didn't meet that criterion, which would prevent them from reclassifying, the rationale would then come in and provide some support in being able to reclassify. So knowing that last year was the last year we were going to be able to use it, there was a push over the last few years to reclassify as many students as possible. So if you look back even 3 or 4 years back, you would see that data trending in a positive direction. This year is the first year that we haven't been able to use the rationale. So we're back to our normal numbers. If you go about 3 or 4 years back, we were like in the 7-8% of in terms of how many students were reclassified. Keep in mind that the 6.12% is still going to be moving in terms of we have until the end of the school year, the end of June, to reclassify. Not the end of the school year, but the end of the summer, the end of this school year to reclassify June 30th. So we still hope to see that number moving in the right direction. And then we also have some relief on the way, we hope. We have AB 2555 that is currently proposed with legislation and is being considered. And if approved, then that is going to eliminate the basic skills requirement, which eliminates the SBAC out of the reclassification picture all in all. So that would be really good news for all of our students that we're looking to reclassify. Some additional satellite data, and when we think about our students and at the margins, closest to the margins, we immediately think of our plurilingual students, right, who come to us, who are dealing with different challenges from many of our other students, and so we're trying to keep an eye on and progress monitor our students to see how they're doing in the areas of attendance, areas of discipline, grades as well, graduation rates, A through G rates, and things like that. And obviously, we want to see over the course of time data trending in the right direction. So here we see, going back to 23-24, that our plurilingual student suspension rates are decreasing. So that's some really good news. We also have some data on our first semester DF rates. Going back to 23-24, 30.6% of our students were receiving DFs. This past semester, we were at 24%. So again, a drop in DFs. What does that mean? More kids graduating, more of our plurilingual students meeting their A through G requirements because they're receiving C's or better. All good news, all trending in the right direction. We see some second semester data. Obviously, we don't have second semester of this year yet, which is why you only see the going back to 23-24 second semester, and then 24-25 second semester trending in the right direction. So we hope to continue to see that trend at the conclusion of this second semester for the 25-26 school year. And then we see graduation rates, again, trending all in the right direction. We see the graduation rates for all students going back to 22-23, and then our plurilingual students. If you go back to 22-23, the gap was about close to 12%, that gap between our students who were graduating under the category of all students versus our plurilingual students. If you go back to last year, we closed that gap and is now down to 5%, okay? And you see it, again, trending in the right direction. You see a similar trend with our A through G completion rates. So again, going back to 22-23, there was about a 33% gap between all students and our plurilingual students completing A through G rates. Obviously, both groups are moving in the right direction, and we've cut that gap down to about 24%. So again, moving in the right direction, and we hope to continue that trend as we move forward. Again, going back to the equity transformation cycle, we also want to bring in some map and street data. So this was a question from our senior exit survey this past for the graduating class of 24-25, and the question reads as, do you feel that you were supported in the development of your college, career, and life readiness? Please explain. So this was an open-ended question. Okay, so an opportunity for us to analyze some street data. Here is what we would like to see less of. Okay, this is a reclassified student who had completed their A through G requirements, 4 AP classes. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and read it. It's going to take a little bit of time. So no, I don't feel that I was always provided the right coursework or experiences to fully prepare me for my goals after high school. Some classes felt more focused on passing tests than teaching real-world skills. I wish there had been more hands-on learning, career exploration, and opportunities to take courses that match my interests and future plans. While I did get some support, I think more personalized guidance and relevant experiences would have helped me feel more prepared. So again, we see the importance of street data, right? Versus just looking at numbers and percentages. We now start to see a trend, a story to be uncovered, and that's going to inform our practice and our next steps as we reimagine the experience. What we want to see more of, here's an RFEP student, also completed their A through G requirements. Again, this student was reclassified, 3 AP classes, 9 dual enrollment classes. Throughout high school, the opportunities I was given greatly contributed to both my academic growth and social emotional development. Participating in programs like dual enrollment allowed me to take the college level courses and build confidence in my academic abilities. AIM, EAOP, and ETS offered mentorship, guidance, and resources that helped me stay on track with my goals and navigate the path to college. These experiences not only challenged me intellectually, but also taught me valuable life skills such as time management, self-discipline, and communication. Through the support of these programs, I learned how to overcome obstacles, connect with others, and stay motivated. So obviously that's what we want to see more of, and that's our intent through the support of our DLAC, our DLAC board, all of our ELACs at our sites. This is the tension that we want to put on ourselves as a district, on our sites. Here's just one more example of some street data. This is from an EL, plurilingual student. That came to us their junior year, so was a newcomer to us, non-A through G, and this is translated from Spanish to English via Google Translate. Yes, I received support in high school to prepare for college and my career. Counselors and teachers guided me through academic options and scholarships with extracurricular activities, helped me develop key skills. Additionally, these experiences taught me to become more independent and face challenges, which prepared me for the future. So we would love to continue to see more of this data come in, both satellite, map, and street, trending in the right direction. I feel super confident in our DLAC board, the one that is outgoing, the one that's incoming that you'll meet in a bit, with all the work that they're doing to support our sites and all of these efforts district-wide. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and turn over to Araceli Chavez, our manager for family and community engagement, to continue on.
Thank you, Mr. Saldivar. Good evening. I have the pleasure of introducing our DLAC board, but before I do so, I want to make sure that we understand what their role is. And here we have the names for our DLAC board. This is our current board. They're actually finishing their term, their 2-year term. This is going to be their last board meeting as our DLAC board. So we have Natividad de Loya, our current president. Julie Ramirez, our vice president. Sonia Moran, our secretary. Guadalupe Basabe, our parliamentarian. Marcelina Hernandez, our community outreach. We have a second community outreach position, and that would be Sofia Romero. Thank you. And to better understand what our amazing board does, there are some requirements that are mandated through the state of California, and so they are outlined here. And we do this, we cover these topics at every one of our meetings. So the 7 requirements are to develop or to advise a superintendent or their designee on the following topics. One is the development of a district master plan for educational programs for our plurilingual students. There's also a district-wide needs assessment that is done at each school site, and so overseeing the development of that needs assessment. The establishment of district programs, goals, and objectives for our plurilingual students. And you'll notice that the language here, we're still using English learners. That is the mandate from the state of California. We see our students in a more positive and asset-based mindset, and so we refer to our ELs as plurilingual students because they come with us with so many assets, right? And so we want to honor that as well. Number 4, the development of a plan to ensure compliance with our teachers and our assistants, our teacher assistants. There's also a piece where we can review and comment on the school district reclassification procedures, which Mr. Saldivar mentioned earlier. Also the review and input on the written notifications that go home to our parents of our plurilingual students. And lastly, review and comment on the development of the Local Control Accountability Plan, the LCAP. So they're heavily involved in our LCAP process. And they sit at the tables where some of these big decisions are being made, and they provide their input. And I really just want to thank our board because they really push us to be better. And so they're amazing thought partners with us, and so I appreciate everything that they do. Again, we cover all these topics at every one of our meetings, and we show that by shading every one of those agenda items to ensure that we are in compliance. But more than anything, that we're doing it in an authentic way, and they're really listening to our families to respond to their needs. At this moment, I'm going to bring up our secretary, Ms. Sonia Moran, and she is going to read some of the recommendations for the 2026-27 school year that comes from the DLAC board.
Good evening, board, cabinet, President Guerrero, and Dr. Freed. Some of the recommendations that we have for the board for the year 2026-2027 are as follows. To continue to strengthen ELACs at school sites by providing leadership training for ELAC board members, administrators, and coordinators, while also increasing parent engagement and attendance at the DLAC meetings. To strengthen articulation and partnerships with feeder elementary DLACs by attending their meetings and inviting elementary DLAC representatives to participate in AUHSD DLAC meetings. To continue to support and build the capacity of parents and caregivers through our whole child community schools approach and school redesign efforts. Continue to support and build the capacity of parents and staff by providing training on mental health, social emotional needs, and cultural competency, and strengthening instructional practices to increase access and success for PL students. We would also like to continue to create more awareness around the needs of dually identified students by continuing to elevate family engagement by strengthening participation in the Greater Anaheim Special Education Local Plan Area, community advisory committees, and while increasing meaningful opportunities for families to build community, elevate their voice, and access resources to support their students' learning. Expanding parents' reflective learning walks by intentionally including a diverse range of classrooms and programs, including co-taught settings, serving dually identified students to build parent capacity and understanding of how we support students with varying needs. continue to increase opportunities for plurilingual students to engage with guest speakers and role models, including community members and former plurilingual students, to inspire and motivate them, affirm their identities, and expand their awareness of college, career, and life pathways. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Moran. And you'll notice that in our recommendations, there is a bigger focus on serving our students in our special education settings. And so that has been something that we've tried to uplift this last school year. Okay, now I'm going to introduce our incoming board. So as I call your name, please stand up. Our new actually, I'm going to save that for later. Our new community outreach, Blanca Lascano from Anaheim High School. Our new parliamentarian, Ms. Maria Torres Wong from Kennedy High School. Our new secretary, Natividad de Loya from Catella High School. Our new vice president, Erika Visoso from Savannah High School. And our new president, Mrs. Sofia Romero from Anaheim High School. And I'm going to invite Sofia to come up and say a few words.
All eyes on her. All right. Hi. I'm going to break this. Good evening, Executive Board members, President Guerrero, Superintendent Dr. Freed, members of the Cabinet, staff, parents, students, and community members. And of course, our newly elected 2026 and 2027. God, I get emotional. DLAC board. For those that don't know what the acronym DLAC is District English Learners Advisory Committee. We're going to try to make sure that we include all the meanings for the future as well. So tonight, I stand before you with a heart full of gratitude to honor as I begin my new role as a new AUHSD DLAC president. Again, I'm going to just repeat, the District English Learners Advisory Committee. This opportunity means so much to me because it represents my advocacy, being the voice, dreams, and dedication to the families and students that we proudly serve every day. I would like to recognize and sincerely thank our former DLAC board members. Your leadership, commitment, countless hours of service, and passion for advocating for our English learner students have made a lasting impact through our district. Your work has helped to strengthen the connection between families, schools, and community, and that dedication does not go unnoticed. It is also my honor to share that we have received special certificates in recognition from our City Council member, Carlos de Leon, Natalie Rubalcaba, as well as our Orange County Board of Education Superintendent, Dr. Bean, in appreciation of all the incredible work you all have done. Because of tonight's meeting filled with many important celebrations and recognitions, we will be planning a special celebration dedicated entirely to honoring each and every one of us. And I just want to thank you all, and we look forward to continuing the mission that we have. And, I know Heidi Berber and Paola Rosenberg, sorry for that, but they're not present, and Laura, but we're going to include everyone. And thank you, Mr. Saldivar and Araceli, and everyone. We hope that we continue this mission and make the best out of it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, President of DLAC, Sofia Romero. Presidente, no, Presidenta. That's right? Okay, all right. So, and just as an FYI, we also new for this incoming board is that they're going to receive support from all of the outgoing board members. They're going to remain. 2 of them are coming back in different positions, and then the other 3 are going to be remaining as mentors, coaches, to continue support for 1 additional year. So we're excited about that as well. And again, on behalf of the DLAC board, thank you for your continued support, guidance, and capacity in building opportunities. And we want to launch you guys out. Again, going back to our why and a reminder from Simon Sinek that working hard for something we don't care about is called stress. However, working hard for something we love is called passion. So there's passion all in this board and all in our, obviously, everyone that's up on the dais, our greater community, and all of that support, all of those that support our students and families. So thank you for your passion, and we look forward to continuing this work. Questions at this point?
Thank you for your presentation, Ms. Chaldivar Arceli, and all of our parents, the DLAC board, current and future. I'll say on behalf of the board, as we all know, we don't do this work alone, right? And just having you being part of the board and contribute to the success of our English learner students, as we saw some of the increase in A through G completion graduation rate, that's all due to your work on the board and being able to support our students throughout that. So thank you so much on behalf of the board for all of your work. Open to questions if we have any. Mr. O'Neill?
I don't have any questions. I just want to thank the outgoing board for all of your help, your dedication, and as Mr. Guerrero said, we wouldn't be moving in the right direction if it wasn't for your support, dedication, and the time, effort that you put into this. So thank you for the outgoing board and welcome the incoming board. We know you'll continue on in the same direction, so thank you.
Quick comment. Thank you so much for all of your service these last 2 years, and congratulations to the new board. I have a similar question to what Trustee Hoshi shared with the previous presentation with regards to vertical alignment. As you know, I was in Anaheim Elementary for 8 amazing years, and I'm very proud to have, ensured that we have dual language immersion programs in all 24 of the elementary schools. My question is with regards to how, it's been a whole year since I was on the board. Do you collaborate with Anaheim Elementary, their DLAC groups? What is some of the future plans with regards to vertical integration in our dual language immersion programs? Can you speak a little bit about on that?
Do you want me to speak on your behalf? Okay. So yes, that is, unless someone would like to come out and come up and speak to that a little bit, but that is one of the goals for this coming year. We have quite a few districts that feed into us, right? I believe we have 5. Okay, we have 5. So obviously that we need to do a better job of reaching out and making those connections for our board. And so our plan is to do that, and I believe that was reflected in the recommendations for this coming year is to do that type of outreach as well.
Okay, nice. And also, first of all, congratulations with regards to the suspension rates. I'm really curious how you did that. I remember going to elementary school, not high school, and I was an emergent bilingual myself, speaking Tagalog, and I know that a lot of people who were coming, from the Philippines around that time, like oftentimes I try to help them speak in, I try to help them since I was bilingual and they didn't know. And I would oftentimes get in trouble with my teacher, right? Because they'd be like, oh, you're cheating or something. No, I'm just trying to help. So how were we able to get our data from 6.4 to 3.0 in the last 3 years?
Absolutely. That's a great question. I think that goes back to, again, the in the spirit of continuous improvement, working with our DLAC board to ensure that we're monitoring not only the data, but then also supporting the sites and working with the sites to ensure that we're, implementing different strategies and programs to help with reducing suspensions. But I do believe that it goes back to a lot of the work around the student experience in the classroom, connected back to engagement, instruction, culture, climate, belonging, where, we have one of our teachers here, Ms. Lang over here to my right, who is an ELD teacher, department chair over at Anaheim. And I know that for those of you that have visited her classroom to do their student soapboxes, you see a high level of engagement, a very welcoming environment where students feel seen, valued, heard. So when you're working on that collectively as a district, then you're gonna see that impact attendance, suspension rates, A through G, graduation, DFs. So it's obviously the collective work of not starting with our DLAC board and our parents and our ELACs at the sites, and then obviously with our staff and teachers and support staff that are working back at the sites closely with our students and families.
Thank you.
Yep.
Ladies, I'm looking in the front 2 rows here, and I love the representation that we have at all school sites throughout our district. So thank you for that. But also, you guys aren't only on the DLAC board, but you're involved in your schools. I mean, it's like I can't get away from you guys, you know what I mean? So, I mean, you guys are really involved. And that flower, I mean, I see it everywhere. So, so we have to, that might be our trademark. I want to know how many students are classified, because I see a lot of percentages and things, but how many students are classified as English learners in our district?
You're talking about this year's students that have been
Yes.
reclassified. We're approaching about 270 right now. So I think we're like at 262. However, again, we have until the end of June to continue to work on our reclassification numbers.
Okay, and also too, but we have 1,100 languages represented, close to 1,100 in our district.
Yeah.
I didn't know there were that many.
Right.
Wow. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, so so with that said, with the 1,100 languages, what strategies do we use to make those students feel seen and heard?
Again, I think it goes back to a lot of the work being done across our district with culture, belonging, climate, relationships. Again, going back to the idea of deep listening, where we've heard from our parents, we've heard from our students. It's really getting to know our students by name, by story, by need, at a deeper level, and then connecting that back into the classroom and ensuring that you're bringing the needs, not only the needs, but also the assets of each of our students or cultural backgrounds, and connecting that to instruction and pedagogy, projects, and things like that. So I think when you start to do those things, students will feel seen, valued, heard, cared for.
I love going to these international nights at the schools because a lot of students do cultural dances. They bring food in. They make we're building communities. So
Absolutely.
I really like that. DLAC board. I also want to thank you too. I was at Lexington Junior High School when you guys came in and did a presentation over at Lexington. So I really want to thank you for that too, and I hope that we can encourage more more partnerships with all of our school sites, you know, so thank you. And ladies, continue on doing great work throughout the district. You're amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, thank you to the outgoing board. I see that you're going to stay on and help the incoming board, so I love that. That creates only a community feel and a stronger board. To answer, I think the two questions before me, Robert, not every district that I know has the courage to really show the numbers. I mean, we could fudge these numbers and we can say that we're at 100%, for the trends. Congratulations, by the way. But you actually put the students' actual no on that presentation. You didn't shy away from that, and I think that's what's unique about our district. And you guys are holding us accountable for that no, and letting us know, you want us to go further and deeper, and that's how we are making these trends.
Absolutely.
Because we have the courage as a district to peel the onion layers and really take a hard look at the things that we're doing that are working and the things that we're doing that are not working. And so I want to say congratulations to everyone, because these are really, really great trends. When I first got on the board, those trends were not there, and students didn't feel welcomed. And so congratulations.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. And then on behalf of the board, we'd like to present the outgoing board with some certificates and then take a picture with all of you. So if you'd like to join us in the front, please. We have the board join.
Ron, I think you're not going to be able to, I think you're going to leave without them.
Stop it, Emily.
Get out there and go.
Jaron, I'm going to clarify a data point. I'm going to clarify a data point. The language, the 1,059, it's students that speak a different language. I just really quick wanted to clarify the 1,059 languages. It's 1,059 students that speak a language different from English.
Oh, okay.
And we're
Big
what,
distinction.
About, we're about
clarifying.
54 languages.
So in terms of total languages that have been that are reported, it's closer to 70 different languages.
70, okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay. It's time to go, Mimis. You guys ready? It's a little late. Yeah, I'm gonna. I need to go get ready for my AP test. Bye, guys.
That's how I read it. Okay, thank you. I don't feel that bad.
I read it that way.
Limited languages.
How many languages come from?
Thank you.
I wasn't going to correct anybody.
A couple. We will now be moving on to public comments. This is an opportunity for public comments to occur at the beginning of each agenda item and at this time for items on the agenda. Persons wishing to address the Board of Trustees should complete a speaker request form available on the information table at the back of the room and submit it to the executive assistant prior to the meeting. Each speaker is limited to a maximum of 3 minutes. Each topic or item is limited to a total of 20 minutes. Board members cannot immediately respond to public comments as stated on the speaker request form. I'll be calling forward our first speaker is Shannon Zimmer.
Good evening, President Guerrera, trustees, cabinet, and community members. I am Shannon Zimmer, and I am the Arts Now Ambassador from Create, California to Orange County. And I have been doing this for a while, so I know most of you from previous years. Though some of you are newer, welcome. I wanted to say this is a great night to be here. I love that we're celebrating all the amazing successes in our district, and I'm really proud of all the things we do. I was attending a meeting the other night, and someone said, Shannon, you need to stop and understand that Anaheim is special. We don't have that where we are. And I'm just so proud of us that that's something that people have to say to me. And I'm like, yeah, we are special. So they were talking specifically about our amazing LCAP process and how it's authentic and meaningful engagement. And so I want to say thank you to the team that set that up. Specifically, though, tonight with my Arts Ambassador hat, I'm here to praise our amazing Youth Arts Council ambassadors that came and spoke tonight, and especially Brian and his team. I want to point out that you've mentioned we have 8 years of NAM success, and we have 8 years of participation increasing, and we have 8 years of Brian. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about how awesome we are. And I just want to praise the team that did STEAMapalooza, amazing, another arts and science event. And Color and Light was spectacular. I love the larger space and venue and the arrangement of that. Would love to see if they added maybe an opportunity for students to have art vending. That would be really fun. Also, I want to say I really am proud of how our district is doing at Prop 28 implementation of the funding. I'm working with districts around the county, and there are some districts that are trying to do things like reclassify a course of dance from PE to an art class and calling it new content. And so there's people cheating, and I'm glad that we're not one of those people. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Roberto Garcia.
Good evening, board members and superintendent. My name is Roberto Garcia. I am a professional engineer, a resident of Anaheim, and a graduate of this district. I came up through these schools, which is why I still show up. I care about what happens here, which is why I want to touch on a few items on tonight's agenda. Tonight, this board will pass an LGBTQ+ student support resolution. I support that. The board has acknowledged on the record that LGBTQ+ students in this district face disproportionate rates of homelessness, bullying, and suicide. That acknowledgement matters, but acknowledgement is not accountability. A resolution without a measurement plan is a promise without a deadline. My question is straightforward. What will this board review in the next 6 months to confirm that students are actually safer? Which administrator is going to own this outcome, and will the public see a report on this? Our most vulnerable students deserve more than a proclamation. They deserve a plan. This board is also taking a roll call vote on a $315,000 3-year contract with Minga Solutions, marketed as a unified student engagement system. Before we authorize over $250,000 of LCFF funds, we need to be honest about the realities on our campuses. The background materials describe goals like reducing redundant software and improving consistency. The platform promises digital IDs, event ticketing, hall passes, tracking, all loaded onto students' phones. But this district is currently facing serious documented concerns about the physical safety of our students. Kids are facing threats of assault, and we are being asked to fund an app. That begs the question, is a phone-based hall pass tracker the highest and best use of $105,000 a year right now? A digital hall pass does not break up a physical altercation. An engagement fee does not secure a blind spot on campus. A digital ID does not provide the human intervention a student in crisis actually needs. Knowing where a student is supposed to be on a screen means nothing if they are not safe when they get there. And I'll add this, we were already watching the documented harm of excessive screen time on adolescent mental health, and by the time this issue comes up, this board will have already run a roll call to protect students' mental well-being. So it is a fair question to ask whether loading another app onto a teenager's phone is consistent with that commitment. The background for this item uses the words interventions. That word means students in crisis. And if this platform touches students at their most vulnerable, then this board must define before the contract is actually activated what measurable outcomes are expected. Who reviews the intervention data? And what threshold triggers a board level response? If $315,000 is available to improve student life, our community deserves to see those funds directed towards on-the-ground security, mental health personnel, and campus resources. Not another software subscription. I am not opposed to smart technology investments, but we need data-driven justification for how these systems actively address the physical safety threats these students face today. Without that, this expenditure deserves a harder look. And so I respectfully ask this board to do a couple of things. One, direct staff to publish measurable wellness outcome report tied to tonight's resolutions within 90 days. And two, establish clear board level reporting metrics for the Minga platform before the contract is activated. Students deserve more than just an investment. They deserve proof that the investment actually worked. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Bianca Garcia.
Evening board members, educators, and community members. My name is Bianca Garcia. I am a district alumnus, community member, and Mia Mejia's cousin. History repeated itself in the most tragic way possible. It has been 5 years since Anaheim High School student Rodney Moore died by suicide, and 1 year since Lexington Junior High School student Mia Mejia died by suicide. After Mia passed, former trustee Al Jabbar reached out to me. He was the one who told me to come here. He told me to start attending these board meetings and to address you directly because he believed this board would help. But that didn't happen, and we have been here before. On February 4th, 2021, Al Jabbar spoke on the record about Rodney's case. He said, "I was very disappointed in how we as a district handled the Rodney Moore suicide and the aftermath. We had a communication breakdown and a system breakdown. I want to tell our team and publicly that it is unacceptable, regardless of what the circumstances are, that we do not answer emails or calls from our parents." He continued by saying, "I don't want us to be complacent. I want us to make sure that we are fixing our communication issues, make sure that we are prominently displaying our mental health resources, not only on our district website, but also on our school websites. Make it available in all languages, make sure that we are interacting with parents. That information should have been presented to parents in a regular manner or in a consistent manner. I had this conversation with our folks, including the superintendent, our mental health director, and our assistant superintendent. Trustee O'Neill, Trustee Randall Trejo, Superintendent Dr. Freed, Assistant Superintendents Brad Jackson and Dr. Nian, and District Council Carl Whittle, you were all present in that meeting. You heard those admissions of failure. You heard the promise that unacceptable silence would end. Yet here we are in 2026, experiencing the exact same system breakdown, facing the same silence. When Al Jabbar told me to come to you for help, I think he genuinely believed the complacency he warned you about had been cured. It evidently hasn't. When a mistake happens once, it is a tragedy. When it happens again, after the blueprint for fixing it was admitted on the record, it is no longer a mistake, it is a choice. By failing Mia and her family in the same way you failed Rodney and his family, you are showing the public that those words in 2021 were just empty rhetoric. Our community deserves leaders that view parental and community communication as an obligation, not a burden to be ignored. How many more families have to stand at this podium and cite your own past failures before you actually change?
Our next speaker is Mazel. Yes. Ginger.
Hi, to all the board members. My name is Ginger Cruz. I'm indigenous of this land. And I'm a resident here 59 years, and my family 80 years plus. And I'm here to ask you all. We've had a lot of patience in asking for a few years already. Maybe some of you board members are new since the last time I was here, but I'm just the voice of the voiceless. I'm here to ask you again to remove the name The Colonists off Anaheim High School. It's very offensive to us Native Americans, and that's why I'm here to ask you again, because I see a lot of new faces now. So I'm just asking you, please, for all our people that, this is stolen land, and all the people that couldn't be here because we're out fighting for our democracy right now. And so I'm here to ask you, try to be patient on the time, because I'm also a caregiver. I'm also in DLAC and ELAC and in another school district, and I don't have any kids in the school no more, but I'm still there using my voice to represent and help the other incoming ELAC and DLAC at Fullerton Union. But all my kids went to Anaheim School, Kennedy, Walker Junior High School, and so Orange View. And I'm here to ask you, please, as a resident, on behalf of all the Native American, Indigenous, we just had awareness of missing, murdered Indigenous women and people on May the 5th. And so I'm here patiently waiting till my turn. So I just know everybody has to go home and everybody has time for the mic. I'm just here to ask you, please, to take in consideration and vote against it, please. Thank you for your time. God bless you and have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you. You
Hopefully we can get this mic, this flute. But I want to, Kwali Taki, good afternoon, Kwali Kiagoya, Nihitoka Masat, running Deer Clan, Obsidian Knife Clan. I want to thank Dr. Paulo Macalas for the question that you asked. I forgot who it was back there from Anaheim High School, if they were working with maybe a Native American task force or the curriculum or something like that in that area. And I bring that up because it's very important. I'm listening about the murals. That's very, very beautiful that we're doing that. I think we're having a meeting at Los Amigos with one of the muralists. She's a female. They'll be having a mural for Mia, con todo respeto. And I was talking to them how it's very important. Back then, we didn't have that. We didn't have many people of color ethnic murals. And still to this day, we don't have a Native American mural. So hopefully with this ethnic studies and the laws being passed by Senator James Ramos, he happens to be the first male Native American that's federally recognized that belongs to the Cahuilla Nation, and also San Manuel. And I heard he might be running for governor, not anytime soon, but in the future. So there's a lot of changes, a lot of policies, a lot of things are being passed. And I know we had a meeting with Congressman Luke Correa. That was beautiful. Ginger, thank you, an elder, and she's tribal from this area. And we had a meeting with him. And he said, yeah, we should, Congressman Luke Correa said we should change this. And it is time. And before he would say no 5-6 years ago. So we've been fighting for 5-6 years to change this name. And it's very painful. This represents the murder of many indigenous peoples of different colors. Just keep that in mind. And with that, I want to play this flute, Kokopili. When I went to the Native American Art School, they said, Masat, always carry the Kokopili and honor the ancestors. We hope you guys really get touched by that and we vote that name. It's been too long. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Elise Halbech. I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Good evening, board members and fellow community members. Once again, my name is Elise Halbreich. I'm a competitive gymnastics coach at Air Gymnastics, the place Mia called her second home. Today, I stand before you asking one simple question. What actually has been done? What measurable steps has this district taken to prove that it truly cares about the children placed in its hands every single day? Today marks the 13th Anaheim Union High School District Board meeting since the passing of Mia Mejia. 13 meetings. The same number of years Mia was allowed to live before systemic failures took her away from people who loved her. And while this district continues to speak about student wellness, let me remind you, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Yet across all AUHSD platforms, there have been a grand total of 2 posts acknowledging it. 2. And even those posts fail to provide meaningful access to resources, crisis information, counseling support, or suicide prevention tools students can actually use. Awareness without action is performative. Let me also remind you that suicide remains a leading cause of death amongst adolescents across America. Board members, I urge you to think about the children entrusted to this district. Our next generation deserves more than survival. They deserve a support system that allows them to flourish confidently, safely, and without fear. In honor of Mia Mejia, I urge this board to follow enforceable anti-bullying policies such as Safe Place to Learn Act and the AUHSD Anti-Bullying Policy 870.1. Mandatory suicide prevention education, and immediate access to mental health counselors, because we cannot prevent suicide if we are too afraid to say the word. Every student in this district deserves to grow up, and so did Mia. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Jermaine Newman.
Thank you, board members and community. My name is Jermaine Newman. I'm a parent and community member here in Anaheim. My son graduated from Anaheim High School in 2024. I want to acknowledge all those children who are suffering right now. We're talking about Mental Health Awareness Month, and many of our children in our community are suffering, along with many of our adults. So I want to just acknowledge them and let them know that they're seen, they're cared for, we love them. And I'm here today to talk about the Director of Mental Health and Wellness here at the district. So last week we found out that the Director of Mental Health and Wellness, Adela Cruz, who's no longer continuing next year at the district, and you have an open position flying right now for that role. Back in 2021, I was involved with a group of parents that came together because one of my son's best friends committed suicide, Rodney Moore. On January 2nd, 2021. And at that time, those parents, those students, none of us could get a hold of anybody at the district. We were doing remote learning. There was no access. Nobody returned phone calls. The board did not return phone calls. The principal did not return phone calls. And our mental health coordinator, who was responsible, did not respond to the family. I mean, it was just a horrible situation. A lot of us were very scared. A lot of us were very concerned. Our children were not sleeping. Our children were not eating. Our children were suffering. And all of us were concerned because actually that was the 5th suicide in this district that year that we know of. So fortunately, Bianca talked about Al-Jabbar. I was actually able to get a hold of him. A group of parents got together. We finally did have meetings with the district, and some of the things that came out of that were the needs to put mental health resources on the website so that families could reach them. They were not on the website prior to that of all school sites. But the other thing is that we do not have anyone responsible with authority or responsibility over mental health for a district of over 27,000 students and over 3,000 staff and teachers. It was really important for us to have somebody with authority and responsibility. But unfortunately, you created a director position and you did not go out and find somebody who actually had experience working on that level of a school district of this size, or even somebody who could grow up from that. We've put more responsibilities and more programs on that role, but we have not been able to have the person succeed at what they were doing, right? So what I'm asking you today is to, when you're considering that replacement for the new hire, to really look at outside. I love the fact that we love to grow people from within, but this is a really critical role. This mental health crisis is getting worse. It's not getting better, and our children are really suffering. And so we need to make sure that we get somebody with experience, maybe from a smaller district, that they can fulfill those roles, and make sure that they have the authority over with the principals. Because when the phone calls happen, we need to have actual responses for our families, so we're not here listening to these cries of our parents and loved ones.
Thank you, Ms. Nguyen. Your
Thank
time
you.
is up. Thank you so much. We will now move on to 10.0, Superintendent and Staff Report. Dr. Freed.
Thank you. Well, a number of the things that I was going to say have been said, so I'll just be pretty brief. First of all, I do want to congratulate the Teacher of the Year from Hope, one of the 6 finalists in the county, Catherine and Sarah Swallow, adaptive PE teacher, amazing. Also, I think the Civic Engagement Awards that we talked about earlier, I just want to highlight that this, the 3 schools that were recognized, South for the Award of Excellence, and then CVA and Walker Junior High for the honorable mention. Those are our 63rd Civic Engagement Awards that we've won as a district. So pretty impressive, the highest in the state. It is Teacher Appreciation Week, so I just also too want to echo my appreciation and gratitude to our teachers, the great work they do each and every day, the care they show for our students, the experiences they create in the classrooms. Just so proud, grateful, and appreciative to our teachers. And then, yes, like Anne-Marie Randall-Trejo said, I also wanted to all our moms, stepmoms, grandmothers, guardians, mother figures, and even our pet moms. I want to say thank you for the comfort you provide, the lessons you teach, the support you give, the unconditional love that you share so freely. We hope this weekend brings you joy, appreciation, relaxation, and even maybe just a little opportunity to sleep in. So thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
That's exactly what we want. We just want to sleep.
Ms. Kwan.
Yes, so I want to give some updates on Ed Division. Many of what I was going to say was also already talked about. Of course, we're all looking forward to the graduation ceremonies coming up and celebrating over 4,400 graduates coming out of AUHSD, along with over 2,000 students who are going to be participating in graduation walks across our elementary campuses. These walks are especially meaningful because many of our seniors will get to return to the elementary schools that they once attended, creating a full circle moment for our community to celebrate our seniors and their journey. Also want to recognize, we talked a lot about many of the scholarships that our students have been beneficiaries of. We have over 50 unique types of scholarships across all of our campuses that have been available to our students. These partnerships are with organizations such as ASTA, APGA, PTA, even RSVP, our own students. Many of our staff members fund their own scholarship programs to provide those opportunities to our students. Our partners with the TGR Foundation, ROP, and many more, including some very near and dear to us on the dais, such as the Sharon Freed Memorial Scholarship and the Chris O'Neill Memorial Scholarship. So this reflects the generosity and care that our community continues to show for our students, ensuring that the support is well beyond after they leave AUHSD. So while we are sad to see that our seniors will be leaving AUHSD, this is also the season for all of our non-seniors for data confirmation. So tomorrow is when data confirmation will be launched. Thank you to Eric Greenwood and Dr. Adam Hernandez in supporting this work. Data confirmation is when our families officially let us know that they'll be returning to our school sites. By doing this, we can adequately staff our schools and prepare for our students so that when they show up in August, we will be ready for them. So when that comes out tomorrow, we're hoping that our families complete their data confirmation. And lastly, you heard about our summer programming. Thank you to Amanda Bean for coordinating that work. We have nearly 9,000 students who will be participating in summer learning, such as credit recovery, ESY with special education, CVA acceleration,
AIM internships, the Film Academy, Summer Language Academy, KindSet, Summer Arts Academy, and new to this year is a enrichment program at all of our junior high schools called Unlimited Readers, reflecting just some of the things that our staff members continue to provide year-round for our students. So while it's summer break, many of our staff members are choosing to spend their break time to continue to serve our community.
Thank you. Mixed rejection. Dr. Nian?
Yes, just want to take this time to acknowledge all the classified school employee. So it's the May 17th through the 23rd is the classified school employee week. So from all the food services staff that make the amazing breakfast and lunch to feed them from the start of the day, to all the drivers, to all the school site personnel, the health technicians, all the attendance clerks, and everybody at the school site as well as the district office. Thank you for all you do every single day for our amazing students. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Dell. Thank you. Okay. Moving on to items of business. We'll take 11.1, public hearing, statutory school fees pursuant to Education Code Section 17620, Level 1 fees. And this is an information item, so I will open the public hearing. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing. 11.2, resolution number 2025, increasing statutory school fees and adopting the school fee justification study.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. And this is a roll call vote. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, and this is a roll call vote. Trustee O'Neill?
Aye.
Trustee McCallus?
Aye.
Trustee Hoshi?
Aye.
Trustee Randall Trejo?
Aye.
And I vote aye. It's 5-0. 11.3, resolution number 2025, enhancing supports and resources for LGBTQ plus students.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote. Trustee O'Neill?
Aye.
Trustee McCallus?
Aye.
Trustee Hoshi?
Aye.
Trustee Randall Trejo?
I vote aye.
And I vote aye. That's 5-0. 11.4, resolution number 2025, Jewish American Heritage Month.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote. Trustee O'Neill?
Aye.
Trustee McCallus?
Aye.
Trustee Hoshi?
Aye.
Trustee Randall Trejo?
Aye.
And I vote aye. That's 5-0. 11.5, resolution number 2025, classified school employee week, May 17 through 23, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote. Trustee O'Neill?
Aye.
Trustee McCallus?
Aye.
Trustee Hoshi?
Aye.
Trustee Randall Trejo?
Aye.
And I vote aye. It's a 5-0. 11.6, resolution number 2025, National Speech Language Hearing Month.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote. Trustee O'Neill?
Aye.
Trustee McCallus?
Aye.
Trustee Hoshi?
Aye.
Trustee Randall Trejo?
Aye.
And I vote aye. That's 5-0. 11.7, revised board policies, multiple policies, first reading. And this is an information
I have a
item.
question on this.
Yes.
If do we need to vote on these now, or can we wait a month for these? Are these urgent for the business of the organization? Can we wait? Okay.
Yeah. Being brought back next month.
Next month. So next month will be second reading.
Second reading. Mhm.
Okay. Thank you. 11.8, award of bid.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor vote aye.
Aye.
Aye. It's 5-0. 11.9, award of bid, liquefied petroleum gas on-site fueling services.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor vote aye.
Aye.
It's 5-0. 11.10, award request for proposal RFP, student engagement systems and services.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any comments or questions?
I have a question about how did the process go to? What was the process in coming up with Minga? Because I know we already have Minga. We have some other systems, but can we talk about the process in which we decided this
I'll
one?
ask Eric Greenwood if he can come up and talk about the process, but I can share a little bit of the context in which we are looking at Minga. So 5 years ago, we actually invested in a different student engagement program that was spearheaded through our ASB directors to track events participation. Many of our schools used that platform, but many of the other features for during the day behaviors were part of that platform. So for the last 5 years, we've had different schools use different platforms that could help manage some behaviors like tardies, bathroom passes, hall passes. What helps with that is the digital bathroom passes or hall passes allows us to identify when students are out of the classroom and prevent certain students from being out of the classroom at the same time. So what the digital hall pass does isn't that students will be carrying around their digital hall pass. It's that every classroom or every building at a school has a digital kiosk in which students can key in and key out. So we can also see how long a student is out using the restroom, and or how long it takes for a student to go up to the counseling office once they leave a school. That then is also paired with our new EMT system that we started last year that helps us identify certain thresholds in which we've identified staff members at the school site to intervene once we see certain behaviors. So if students are going to the restroom quite often, especially in a single day, we've assigned either a teacher, a counselor, a social worker, or wellness coach to intervene with that student. That's what we can do with Minga. We haven't done that part of the EMT process yet. Right now, we have that EMT process set up with attendance, suspensions, and grades. And so we can expand that EMT system now once we have more data that is early indicators so that it doesn't reach a suspension.
Sorry, Amy Kwan, just real quick, but how many school sites use this already? About?
So Minga in particular, so every
Minga.
school site had access to a platform, but Minga in particular, Anaheim High School has piloted the Minga platform for over a year, and Savannah High School piloted that platform last year.
And this will make
This
it
year,
throughout the district, all of our sites.
So now that we're proposing, we worked with all of our sites to ask about our appetite to use the exact same platform. So not only that we can collect data district-wide, we can also share best practices across campuses and have the same capability to execute those best practices.
Okay.
And Eric, did we look at various other apps?
We
and
did. So
see
we
the
came-
best.
Yes, sir. We came to the board earlier this year to request to use a request for proposal process. So Public Contract Code 20118.2, we brought an item to request to use that process, and then Ms. Raphael and I worked on developing the request for proposal document. We got feedback from teachers, and there was a couple of assistant principals in developing the technical specs. And then we prioritized what the district needs through that same group of teachers and administrators. So then we posted the document. Ms. Raphael and I facilitated the selection committee, which was comprised of teachers and site administrators, and we served just as a facilitation role. And our committee voted for Minga as the new platform.
It had most of the options that people were looking for.
Yes, and there were things like that resonated with me. It connects directly with our student information system, so the features around reducing truancies, tardies, chronic absenteeism, we're able to feed data back to ARIES, where the current platform that we have does not have an integration.
Will our families have access to that data?
There is a communication piece within Minga where Minga would share the positive behavior and rewards of the students to the families.
And is Minga open to like having discussions? I mean, can they create some things that would be, I know that there was some concern, I heard some concern about some schools already having a system in place, and they were hoping that
And they
we
like
could have
some
that.
of the systems.
And they like that system, but
Yeah.
then now I agree, we serve on the discipline committee, and we see the importance of having systemness in our district, but also too, some things are working at some school sites, and I'm wondering if they were open to that discussion.
If we articulate them, they may be open, but honestly, in my experience, when you have a company that has, I think they have thousands of schools that they serve, the change management process is really difficult to get features changed based on a single district. So we would need to have the lens of, if this is a change, kind of stepping outside of AUHSD and looking at, would this help their customer base by and large? And usually, if that's in the affirmative, they're much more open to change at that point.
Gotcha. And I just want to say that I really, what I understand is that this is open for letting parents know about tardies and absences and that kind of thing. But I hope that we're really going to train, and that it's not for you, Eric, but that we're really going to train or have the teachers do more positive outreach with this system.
So two of the key differences of Minga and the current program that we have is Minga not only integrates directly into our student information system, but it also communicates to parents in real time. So our current system would give us the data, and then we took that and used a different communication system. But the moment something is tracked, that text message goes directly to the parent the moment it's tracked. There's no intermediary that's required. Also, want to clarify that the platform is just a tool. The systemness that the district is trying to strive for district-wide are the practices that help us, the tool will help us give feedback for. So another key difference in the context in which we're adopting Minga right now is developing our PBIS system on the positive side of it. So we're working to write the formula of what is when we want to deliver a praise point, and also the rewards that students receive after they receive certain number of praise points. And so that's a system that we're developing district-wide that Minga will help us collect the data on.
How do you use it for family engagement activities? Like, how would you, it says it right there that.
So it can be used similar the way we use it for students. The digital badging is helps make it easier to help identify those who are in attendance. Instead of having a sign-in sheet, it can be scanned kiosk style, so that the burden is not on the family to report what they've attended to.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Ms. Kwan. All in favor? Vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. It's 5-0. Thank you for your work on both of you on that. 11.11, award request for proposal, RFP, healthcare billing services.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions?
Bravo.
Yes.
Yes,
Absolutely.
thank you for working on this.
Bravo. I know this is something we kind of just started, and the numbers speak for themselves. So in the last 2 years, I think this is a fabulous thing that we haven't tapped into before, and bravo to our team who are providing these numbers.
Awesome. All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
It's 5-0. 11.12, award of request for proposal for program and project management services, RFP number 2026-13.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor vote aye.
Aye.
It's 5-0. 11.13, ratification leaseback agreement, Air Masters Air Conditioning, Savannah High School Gym HVAC.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor vote aye.
Aye.
5-0. 11.14, assignment of agreement, Kelly Crate Company.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor vote aye. It's 5-0. 11.15, piggyback bids purchased through public corporation or agency, Cypress High School Theater seating replacement.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor vote aye.
Aye.
It's 5-0. 11.16, school-sponsored student organization.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions on the one student organization? Seeing none, all in favor vote aye.
Aye.
It's 5-0. 11.14, revised board policy 71105, high school graduation requirements, second reading.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Second. Any comments or questions?
Do we anticipate any issues moving forward with this new requirement? I mean, it's a
Ms.
time
Kwan.
away, time.
Financial literacy.
So the personal finance course.
Personal finance.
So we, Diana Fujimoto and her team has been working over the last couple of years in working with our teachers to write the course. We have a plan to have the course replace one of our current courses right now, and still offering the econ course. And so I believe that we are very confident that we'll be able to have a smooth transition to make sure that our students, they're not burdened by having an additional graduation requirement, and instead have a really great opportunity to have personal finance.
Good.
So you said
agree with you.
e-course?
Econ.
Econ. Oh,
Economics,
Okay.
sorry.
I was going to say that we couldn't do that. We couldn't offer that virtual because it's just a quarter, right?
So the course, the personal finance course, is a semester-long requirement, and so it would replace nicely in our system the economics course, and our obligation is to continue to offer economics for our students who want to continue their studies in that field.
Okay. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you, Diana.
Thank you. All in favor vote aye.
Aye.
It's 5-0. 11.18, comprehensive school safety plans.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor vote aye. It's 5-0. 11.19, agreement, Illuminated Collective LLC.
So moved.
Second. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor vote aye.
Aye.
It's 5-0. 11.20, agreement on the Fly Productions LLC.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions?
Thank you for answering my question on this one. The safety aspect of this, yes.
Yes, thank you. Any other comments, questions? Seeing none, all in favor vote aye.
Aye.
It's 5-0. 11.21, agreement MBN Creative.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor vote aye.
Aye.
That's 5-0. 11.22, contract Monterey County Office of Education.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor vote aye.
Aye.
That's 5-0. 11.23, agreement Project Youth OC.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions?
Yeah, I had a quick question. So is this provided at school sites, or do they go to a particular location?
Ms. Kwan.
They are referred by the school site, and then services will be provided at the school sites.
Okay, because this is kind of a pretty big, it's like they have to go for a number of weeks and 2 times a week. Is that what the program is?
I will invite up
Mr. Hernandez, if you could please come forward.
Hernandez.
I mean, I'm
For more
concerned
questions?
because if the kids have to go somewhere and they need transportation or something, like.
Right. No. The support will be done at the site.
Okay.
Yeah. The Project Youth is based out of Santa Ana, but they're coming to our schools.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's the
And-
best approach for our overtime supports.
And are we going to have this at how many school sites?
All schools will be invited to look at their system. And there's a maximum number of students that we can support at one time, but we'll go through a rotation. I mean, we're hoping that we can have all schools receive the supports. It's a 1-year contract to see where this can go, but they serve over 1,500 students a year across Orange County, which is amazing.
1,500 students?
Our very tier 3 students that are trying to get back on track. So we're hopeful that every school can take advantage.
Yes. Any other questions? Seeing none, thank you, Mr. Hernandez. All in favor? Please
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, yeah, aye.
It's a 5-0. Thank you. 11.24, Agreement Wilson Lee.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye.
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 That's 5-0. 11.25, Agreement Oliver Cortez Velasquez.
So moved.
Second.
Yep. Any comments or questions? Very excited for this partnership and this mural project at Sycamore Junior High School. Seeing no other, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That's a 5-0. 11.26, Agreement Educators Cooperative.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Aye. It's 5-0. 11.27, Agreement CEO Leadership Alliance.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Aye. It's 5-0. 11.28, Public Hearing, Disclosure of Collective Bargaining Agreement with APGA. And I will open the public hearing. Seeing no commenters, I will close the public hearing. 11.29, Adoption of the 2025 through 2026 Collective Bargaining Agreement with APGA.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
That's 5-0. 11.30, Public Hearing, Disclosure of Collective Bargaining Agreement with MMA. And I will open the public hearing. Seeing no comments, I will close the public hearing. 11.31, Adoption of the 2025 through 2026 Collective Bargaining Agreement with MMA.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
And that is 5-0. 11.32, Agreement San Diego State University Clinical Practice.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
It's 5-0. 11.33, Employment Agreements for Superintendent, Assistant Superintendents, and District Council.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
It's 5-0. 12.0, Consent Calendar. Anyone wishing to pull items?
Yeah, please pull 12, 10, 11, and 12.
10,
12-2.
12.2.
Motion for the balance.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'll do in order 12.2.
12.2.
So moved.
So, second.
Comments or questions?
Yes, I just wanted to know the timeline and locations. Is there a set schedule for the distribution of the furniture? I know that some of the school sites haven't, even from the last measure. So I want to know, do we have a timeline to know when some? Yes.
Patty, can you come to the mic? Sorry. Thank you.
Yes, as I explained on the Friday letter, or the report to the board, We do have a line item for 21st century classroom furniture to be funded through Measure K. That line item appears, or that scope of work appears on our first bond series, which is Series A. And the way we approached it is, unlike Measure H, where we did 50% of all the classrooms, we are planning on furnishing all the schools at a rate of maybe 4 to 5 classrooms per school. The reason is we know that we have classrooms, we have declining enrollment, so it's a way to really figure out the classrooms that could receive furniture, while not just looking at it as a blank statement, 50%, when we know that there's classrooms that are used for other purposes. So we know that the Series A is it's 5 years long, right? That's how long the duration of that series. So the project has not started. It could be started maybe in year 2, year 3. It takes some time to plan it. With Measure H, there was like some type of a process of like a selection process, or basically teachers applying for the furniture. So that work was done in conjunction with, it was basically, at that time, it was Manuel Colon and then Brad Minami. So there was a committee that was formed. So we probably want to do the same in the future. It's just that we haven't started yet. But we know that we will in maybe a year or so.
Are you looking at spaces that the whole school uses, like a library and things like?
Right now, we have it as just classrooms. But if there are savings, we would probably look at spaces like that, or we might just go ahead and maybe do special we might, I don't want to say trade, but maybe look, if there's no need for additional furniture in classrooms, we might want to allocate those dollars to other types of spaces like libraries. Now, I want to say that those schools that are receiving larger projects or will be undergoing larger modernizations, we plan on obviously approaching the furniture, or what we call FF&E, at a larger scale, right? So if we are obviously
so you're talking
building,
about if the student population is larger, or?
No, let's say if our projects are larger, such as, let's say, Walker, you're going to have a full modernization, new construction. Or, Western is also, we're looking at a new building there. We're not going to be bringing old furniture into new construction, right? So that's treated a little differently. Similar to what we did at Dale. That school received, the whole school, new furniture. But that's kind of how we're approaching the project. And, if there are savings, if there's a need, just one-offs, then we would be looking at that.
Any other comments or questions? No. Thank you, Patty. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
It's a 5-0. We'll take 12.10 through 12.12 together.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Nays?
Aye.
That was a nay?
That was a yes, right?
Oh,
that was aye.
Okay.
Nays? Abstentions?
Aye.
That's a 401.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on to 13, advanced planning. 13.1, future meeting dates. The next meeting of the Board of Trustees will be held on Thursday, June 4th, 2025 at 6 p.m. 13.2, suggested agenda items. I did have 2 items that I would like to bring forward to future board meetings. The first one would be discussing entering into a community workforce agreement with the Los Angeles Orange County's Building and Construction Trades Council, including exploring opportunities to expand our student apprenticeship pathways, career readiness in the skilled trades, and promote local hiring goals.
I would support that.
So what is it that you wanted to do?
Exploring a community workforce agreement with the Los Angeles Orange County Building and Construction
You want to
Trades.
look into it, or you want to bring something forward?
Bring something forward.
About how are we going to look into it before we bring it forward?
Look into it and bring it forward in a future meeting.
Okay.
I believe we've done this in the past. So looking into prior work and how we can continue and explore not just like the agreement, but also look at opportunities to expand our student apprenticeship pathways. So I think Emery said second. So thank you, appreciate that. And then the second item is discussing establishing a AUHSD Hall of Fame to recognize and celebrate individuals who have made a lasting impact on AUHSD schools and the broader community. I know some of our sites have individual Hall of Fames, like Anaheim High School has one. Cypress just celebrated their inaugural Hall of Fame, but looking at a district-wide Hall of Fame.
Interesting.
Are you looking at like a committee to evaluate this, or
We can discuss having a committee to look into
see the process and how it would work? And
how it works. Yes, I know
parameters.
Parameters. I know Santa Ana Unified has a district-wide Hall of Fame, so it might be good to look into other school districts.
Yeah, so Trustee Jessica Guerrero and I, Board President, we talked about this. So what we're working on is developing some parameters, categories, all those things to bring to the board at a future board meeting for you guys and to look at and discuss. So not just starting from scratch, but we'll have something that you can look at. So I'm working with John Bautista, and we're hopefully probably won't be June, but sometime after that we'll be able to have a draft for you to look at.
Cool.
Thank you. Any other items? Seeing none. Motion for adjourn.
Well, just a minute. There's one more item that the board president's always supposed to take at this point in time. You know what that is?
Oh, yes, we are moving into summer. Thank you, Mr. O'Neill, for reminding me. Moving into summer, summer wear is now appropriate, giving the June, July months.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Very important item to discuss. Okay, with that, open to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We adjourned at 9:30 p.m. Thank you, everyone.
I know.